Thank you for the day, God. Thank you for the serenity to accept the things I couldn't change, the courage to change the things that I could, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you. Amen. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, all you mother cluckers. Let's make today a good day.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the fray, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, in the home of the
What's up, everybody? So can you hear me? That might be too loud. So who all we got in here? I'm scrolling. Hey, I seen KP Heathen. Shane, what's up, buddy? Kiss off. Morning. No one home. Welcome. Miss Billy. Morning. Let's see. Mad Shag. Greetings from the area coast. Hey, brother. I got you. Right on, brother. Big Dusty, little Dusty. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Scrolling. Uh-oh. Miss Tammy. Morning, Miss Tammy. Roning. Battlefield Production. What's up, Michael? I think let's see, no quarter. Not enough coffee in the world to help get over Mondays. Psh, if you can't go over it, you just go through it. What's up, Share Bear? Morning, morning. Doing a quick pass through. Well, hopefully it wasn't so fast you didn't catch that. Blackbird. Morning, morning, morning. Looks like I will be bathing in calamine lotion tonight. Lisa 3, let it be. Ace Maduro. Roger that. What's up, Ace? I'm trying to get caught up. I'm about there. I'm just trying to miss nobody. So, hey, if I miss somebody, just roll with it. Just let me know, and I can repeat myself. Hell, I've spent most of my life repeating myself. I'm trying to get caught up. Okay, I'm fixing just to bail and just go for the bottom. Yeah, there we go. Right on, Michael. Me too. Flag's looking cool. Yes, thank you very much, Mad Shed Skull. Yeesh. All right. Hey, man. I at least was able to scroll through without setting a bunch of shit off. Oh, man. Did y'all have a good weekend? It's been a very, man, it's been an interesting April. I look back, April was something. Then May has really been something else. And now here we go into June, and it's like, whew, some storms. We got limbs down. There's trees down all over the place. But hey, I don't know. We here. We still here. Holla, holla, look, holla, get over here. Holla, holla, get it. That's it. Tree that mofo. Yeah, you can spend all day up there. She's gonna keep your ass up there. Hope you get hungry. Freaking cats. She's up there. Just keep her ass up there. She'll get hungry. Blue butterfly. Morning, morning. Had a pleasant weekend with the kids. And I used to be in there. Right? See, it's in a good adjustment, though. Sometimes it takes a little bit when you realize that when one door closes, there's another one that's opening up. Sometimes it doesn't always appear that way at first, but had snow flurries. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. Excellent weekend. Yeah, no, no snow flurries. I think it finished knocking. So it didn't finish knocking the one limb out of that damn tree though. So it's like, really? Fell into a batch of poison ivy, looking trying to get washed off. I personally, so I did not sleep at a Holiday Inn. I don't act like a doctor on TV. and I have no medical licensing. But when they start festering up, I pop them and then I wipe them with alcohol, and then I'll put calamine lotion on. Before that, I use Irish Spring. Irish Spring is really good to wash with. It pulls the oils out. Hell, when I was a kid, we used to we'd take the stems, we'd go see the leaves, and we'd break the stem off, and then we would sit there and we would do poison ivy tattoos. See, that's what happens when you're a redneck in the woods in Southeast Texas. You're like 8 and 9 years old, and you're out here with a damn poison ivy stem. You're doing poison ivy tattoos. Dawn dish soap. Yeah, Dawn is good. Hey, man, it worked out there in the Gulf. Every kiss, like 1,000 degrees. Burn you up, weaken the knees. That good tea. Yeah. Man, we're on the verge of World War III. The world's going to go to shit. I will kind of go ahead and give you a little forethought on this. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I just, I would say for the people that want to participate in the American system that we have founded, with elections and stuff, I would recommend getting Lindsey Graham on up out of there when he comes up. But hey, I'm just a redneck in the woods, so at least Brian Babbitt ain't up there trying to talk Ukraine into launching shit into Russia. I guess there's a difference in areas for a reason. Some participate more than others. I don't know. But yeah, when I first heard, because when I heard Trump got all pissed off at Putin and was kind of like, well, no, he needs to stop that because, Putin attacked. And I was like, but wait a minute. I'm sorry, but wasn't there some like drone shit that went down? Well, and it's like they see there's that deep state, kind of all the little lower people that aren't elected. They took forever to get that information where it needed to be. And that was, man, dude, I gotta say, if you want to provoke a superpower, I guess that's one way to do it. A little tidbit of information. So the bombers that were hit with the drones, it's not like they did some big secretive, about the most secretive part of their little thing is how they had these trucks get these things all around within range. But see, that was part of the nuclear treaty, was to make sure your shit's out there on the runway so we can see. You go making a move, everybody needs to make aware of it. So he kind of took advantage of something, and it just goes to show you they're trying their damnedest to provoke it. They just cannot stand it. They see, because the way I pretty much view it, China's been a lot of quiet kid in the corner. I think they're gonna be a shock and awe for all these little global elite type people that want to do this. We're all one world kind of thing, and they just kind of sit over there as the little quiet kid in the corner. And so, they've already infiltrated the U.S. They've used our own freedoms and Constitution against us to now actually pollute a whole generation, almost 2 generations deep, and no pride in your country, no nationality, no community based, families out the window, marriages out the window, working for a freaking living's out the window. So they've probably pretty much decimated almost this country from the inside. So we're still a threat, but we're not as strong. That place over there is still one of the hardcore strong superpowers that, they tried this little trans thing, and hey, let's confuse you about genders. Watch the 3-card Monty. And it didn't work because it's just a little different. And so that's their last attempt, dude. Got to get them, if they can provoke them to do something, then they'll spin it. How about this? I'm sorry. Look at the shit behind J6. You would have thought that we had freaking armed militia up there with armored vehicles trying to take siege to the White House, per se. But that's not what happened. That's not what it was about. That was no intention, but that's the media. And so all they got to do is, man, it's like just flex just enough, Russia, and then we're going to paint you out to be the big bad boogeyman. And we'll get the world against you. And then all the little war machine and the warmongers with all their little stocks and shares, because everybody chases money as some big thing, materialistic world we're in. And they're going to set it on fire. That's just my 2 cents. But hey, man, like I said, I don't even play a smart person on TV, and I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn, and I am a redneck in Southeast Texas. Damn proud redneck in Southeast Texas, but I'm a redneck in Southeast Texas. I don't have no big tactical screen and armory behind me, and I don't sit here buffed up with my tight T-shirt on, and my 2 cents. It's an opinion. It's kind of like assholes. Everybody's got one. Some are probably nastier than others. It feels good to be me. You see, slave tracking, cutting the supreme. I'll be all right. All right. What's up, Briar guy? Rescue by chance, did you look at that big, beautiful bill? I looked at it. Wasn't thrilled. What's up, Tiger? Good morning. Lunch break in Massachusetts. Massachusetts. You got to get the Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not impressed, but see, I don't know. I don't know what the end game is. So it's easy to kind of look at things at a paragraph level, and people. There's plenty of channels that do that too. They've set this whole scenario around this one little event. When I don't know, man. You ever dump one of them big old box type jigsaws out on the table? It's kind of hard to without looking at the cover, to kind of pick one piece up, going, aha, I know what it's all about now. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to think that there's a method to the madness. That's kind of my theory. That's what I'm going with. There's got to be a method to the madness. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not expecting it. Not everything's going to be just all right. We have fixed everything now, but I think because I will say one thing that. So okay, I'll throw this by. I don't know if I can even say it out loud, right? But okay, there's like already predetermined pushback you're getting from a Democratic Party. Okay, so you have that party that is opposing any damn thing that you do. They're going to oppose it. Then you have this little floating class of the rhinos, and he's done. I think he's done pretty good exposing a lot. Showing these are your rhinos, man. You got to clean this up, and that goes up to the people in those areas where they're from to clean that shit up. Hey, morning, Miss Greta. And but I wonder if it isn't like, okay, we can like let them make this seem like we're fixing to cause an economy problem, because they've been running that. It's like even when they were saying things were good when they really weren't, and now it's like they're trying to make things sound so bad, and everybody's on the verge of starving to death. And well, what if instead of fighting them and having to go through that, they're just going, you know what? Hey, cool. Yeah. These money for USAID. Okay. Yeah. You're going to get this much money, but they're not, maybe after it passes, they don't actually get that money. Like, cause if you
redistribute it, then I guess on the surface it could look like, oh, well, it went where it was supposed to. It just got used in that area. It's kind of like what they've been doing, you know? Only this time it's like using their own shit against them. I don't know if that makes much sense or if people can kind of get what I try to throw out there, but it's like, I wonder if they don't like keeping some of this because, there's all the talk about, yeah, look, all the Doge cuts, and where's that? But what if that's, look, man, we can't, it sounds good to want to do this, but we have so much opposition. But if we can get some 3-card money shit going on until the midterms, and then we change some of these get more Republican seats, now we can actually put the hammer down. But because when you really look at the facts, you can't put the hammer down right now, because the numbers are so tight. So it's easy to talk a good talk. And by all means, once you go on social media, you realize there's a lot of smoke under the talk. Well, you can do that. But when you look at them, and so maybe they know. Maybe it's kind of like looking back and it's like, look, man, okay, we're not going to be able to just come out and do this. This is going to drag out. They're going to fight us every tooth and nail. Let's just give them what they want, and they'll reallocate the damn thing. So, okay, you wanted this big old immigration money. Okay, we got it. No, we're not hiring all these judges and processing all these claims. What we're going to do is we're now going to hire more border agents and keep even more people out. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I'm a half cup full kind of guy. So I don't think they're all the same. I think we've got some that are trying to right the ship. Whether I agree with everything they do, I don't know, man. Anybody that's been in any group service work, providing environment, so you're working with guys and it's not their personal thing. You're going on a collective. So, hey, man, try to make the country a little bit better. I'm not expecting miracles. According to the book I read, there ain't no fixing this world. So, it is what it is. Try to make the best of what you got. Tend to yourself. Make sure your grandkids are good. So I don't know. I mean, I know because I don't know. I can't see all the shit to get to there. And then they're just, plus, I don't know. He hasn't signed off on it. So who knows? That'll tell the tale. So that's just kind of where I don't know. I haven't read it. I found myself starting to do more, and then I thought, what's the point? Nah, because I've been, son, I've been getting it. I moved a bunch of stuff inside, been rearranging that whole room, pulling the weight off of that wall. Because then here, probably next week, I'll be starting on the outside, and I'm going to get everything cleaned out from under the house. And then I'm going to get it weed eated real good and get everything cleaned up where the columns are all right there. And then, however long that takes, I'm going to then start stacking shit over there and get ready to try to at least raise that up. So good morning, good day, good Monday. It's all in how you look at this. It's a good Monday. You're here. You woke up. Sometimes I have to remind myself that is a good thing. I start off days very flustered. But I have one little brief shot of like little man doing something silly, and it automatically puts me in perspective. Yes, it is it's a pretty day, and I hope it stays dry. It looks like it's drying up. I was going to try to mow this afternoon, That's the only way the septic works around here. Got to keep it mowed. If it gets too thick back over there, then it doesn't soak up very much. I feel like I ought to sit up. I feel like I'm at the bottom of the screen, but I guess my rant and raving, I lost everybody in chat. It's just me and you, Blue. It's either that or my chat died. There you are. Hey, now it's me, Kiss Off, and Blue. Hey, yes, ma'am, Blue. Me too. I, actually, they're a little bent because I will say I didn't take the flags down during all this. I didn't realize it was going to get that bad, but they held up. Hey, Rain. Morning, morning. I did put them at half mast for the day of remembrance. Hey, they still held up. It got a little bent, but I think it was actually, man, it was blowing because it was blowing pretty good. Me and a dog named Boo. Where did that shithead go? Speaking of a dog named Boo, only is Rudy, but he's retarded. So. Oh, there he is. Never mind, just lay down. Excuse me. Keeping him out of the driveway down here with all this sand because all these damn cats come over here and do their little spray shit in it. And oh man, he breaks out. He looks so miserable. Trying this WinPro stuff. It's like a plasma stuff. Been around apparently like 40 years. There you go, Rank. Happy Veterans Month. That's what we ought to make June. June be Veterans Month. How are things down under? That's it, Alamo. He said, Kid Rock. Yeah. Ooh, man, just got so much. But, you know, I do, I have my limits. If I get past the carport, I have to take the chair with me for sure. I can't, I got anything down the grade. And then I have to wait for it to be really dry. That's another reason why I have to cut the grass because if it gets too tall, then I can't go down there in my chair. I wish I had better tires on this damn mower, but I got some kind of lawn care shit, and I don't have a lawn care lawn. I got grade, I got bumps, I got holes. By the way, food for thought when you're clearing land and doing all this stuff and everything, don't forget as you cut trees down, kind of take a look at the base and how big that is because if it's got a real big trunk, if that's a good sized tree, it's going to have roots that go off. So, you got to watch building shit on top of that because eventually them roots are going to die off and that soil is going to sink a little bit. That's why I put the chicken pen over there is because there was about three, and man, as them roots started to die off, it became all dipped and valleyed, and it was like, well, the chickens can have at it. Bat shit crazy, and your neck is red. Squirt and put salt in it. Yeah, it's just as them roots die off because that's what we had over there. Which, and then again, it might have just been because the one pine tree. Let's see, two sweet gums and a pine tree is what used to be over there, but that wasn't a bull pine, so that didn't have a deep tap root. So it might have just been them. But yeah, I noticed how it all got unleveled. That and the rain and water running by, and it just creates a little sinkhole over there. Did you let that cat get away? Did you let that cat get away? Did you let that cat? Did you see that cat? Did you get that cat? Oh yeah, where was that? In Compton? There was a dog breeder. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're breeding pit bulls in the middle of Compton. Dude, you're doing fighting dogs. And you know what? Karma's a mofo. That's all I can say. Karma's a mofo. I don't know if y'all have heard about that story, but the dude, the dude got it. The girlfriend, I think she skated out, but I think the message was sent. But the dude didn't make it. What's up, Matt? Hey, man, I'm glad you're doing good, sir. I've had you on my prayers, brother. It's a tough road, but when the Creator helps, it's all good. And here, this will offend maybe some. I don't know. Hopefully not. It'd be nice to think it's not going to offend too many people here, but man, I'm going to tell you now. If you fight anything, if anybody pitches one animal on another, I just hope there's a special place for you. That just ain't there ain't no spin to that. We don't, you know what? We don't like it when politicians send our people over to fight for their own enjoyment, their profit, however you want to spend that. To me, I'm sorry. What's the difference with the chickens, the dogs, whatever? You find enjoyment pitching something against to damage something else, and that's where your enjoyment lies. You just a sick mofo. I don't know. It bees what it bees. Taking Junior to get his driver's license restored next week. I've been taking him to bingo to watch the reflections of his eyes. Well, then this is I'm pretty sure the reaction time has a proof. Hope so. Anyway, hey, thanks, Roni. I don't know how many. I get a few thumbs up. Well, thank you, Rank. I've been called worse. Two budgies. Okay. Agree that's BS with animals taught to fight for kicks. Well, it's like, no, what happens in nature is one thing. It's like that's the predator and that's the prey and it is what it is. There you go. Or you're setting your own little herd mentality. I get that. It's the fact that you're going to go and snatch this animal up. And it's like the ones that do that. And then if they don't meet up to their standards where it's going to be a good fight, well, then they just jack them up and they use them. And I don't know. Thanks, Blue. People who train people. Yeah. Okay. I figured, but I wanted you to clean up your own mess. I wasn't going to clean it up for you, sir. That wouldn't be proper parenting, would it? What's up, covered by CQ? How are things across the pond? Going crazy. Oh, who's that black actor? Man. And I'm trying to think, what did he play in? Was there a movie called like The Tower? And he was like some kind of gunslinger John Wick style. Does that sound right? But I watched a little clip of an interview with that dude, and I'm like, holy crap, this dude's batshit crazy. He was talking about the knife attacks and shit going on over there in the UK and how you need to take kitchen knives and maybe need to make them dull. And then that would help with all. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, this dude sounds as retarded as Biden did. This is just like off the wall crazy. Hey, man, I mentioned the movie he was in. So there was more. You got to participate, man. I think the movie that he was in was called The Tower or something like that because it was about this tower and what was it? A kid found this little, I don't know, what was that? A pendulum or some weird shit or pendant or some crap and then he ends up or he looks for him and when he finds him, then he bugs him until he gets him involved or some shit. I can't remember that damn movie. But yeah, he was talking about the kitchen knives and like 25% of the attacks over there happen with kitchen knives, which is domestic stuff. So, and they're very sharp, pointed. So maybe, if we rounded them off, that would help. And it was just like, holy crap, dude. And to think this guy makes millions of dollars. Actors just need to stick to acting, man. Well, it was said a long time ago, sometimes you don't want to meet your heroes kind of deal. Well, sometimes you don't want to actually meet the actor. Just stick to acting, man. But maybe I just let her go. Deuces. Drink a little drink, smoke a little smoke. Damn, KP Heathen. I meant to go by his channel and he apparently did some cooking stuff and I meant to go check it out. Man, I've been just to throw one of them little crude sayings out there. I just been balls to the wall. Not literally, but figuratively. Take his shark right blue. They banned machetes in a state in Australia as African Americans are attacking people. Why not ban them? See, that's where I just, I don't know, man. Look, we have conversations over abortions. And it's like, why don't you just keep your legs closed and keep that shit tucked in? Oh, my goodness. Now you don't have to kill human beings, do you? It's amazing how that solution works. It's like, oh, you want to stop illegal immigrants from attacking people? How about you just stop the illegal immigrants instead of the shit that they used to attack people with? Holy shit. I can't even tell if that's legit because is that really somebody click on that name? I don't even think that's really Bug Out Bushido. Hell, that guy, I think he got recalled or something. They sent him back over and I don't know, hadn't heard from him in forever. Except Tiger taking care of the animals. Now, is that really old Bug Out? Man, that's good. Hey, it's good to hear from you. I've been wondering how you were doing. If you've already have, last I'd heard, you hadn't fully made your move yet, but you were in the process. Have you? Is that what you've been busy with? You making your move? Ooh. Feel what you feel inside. Because if you beat star bound, boy, and I got something for y'all for July 4th. I was been trying to figure it out, but I thought, you know what, Independence Day. So I don't know if I'll do it live or if I'm gonna just go ahead and record it and then upload it. But July 4th. Fact check true. All right. Oh wait, there you go. They say I just took a truck over, still haven't moved yet, still a lot to do. Oh, I bet. The last I'd heard, you kind of had a lot on the plate just to even start that process. So if I send you a link, you want to come up, or you want me to post a link? You want to come up? Do you got a few minutes? If you got a few minutes, I post a link. This is off of it's Talk Studio Streamlabs, so it's not the StreamYard. So this July 4th is going to be lit. Yes, it is. Crocs went with me. It was fun. I'm at work, so I can't come on. Roger that. Hey, what's up, Met Fury? How's old Crocs doing, Bug Out? That little youngin' doing pretty good. That was a good young man. Seemed like he gonna have a head on his shoulders. Same fireworks are banned around here. Shoot, I can tell you right now. Matter of fact, I'll come out here on 4th of July and I get over that little lake right over there. There's probably fixing to be artillery shells out the wazoo going up. Yeah, Tiger, I do believe that's the Crocs he's referring to. Crocs is getting ready to go into the army. I'm gonna, on the idea. Well, yeah, but that's it. Might at least be a good few years. You know, glad all the DEI bullshit, all that's gone, and I'm not. I guess I get the leeriness given these current state of events and what we're on the verge of. What's up, Devil Dog? Yeah, he was a cool kid, Tiger. Heard nothing but good things. Just about everybody that met him had good things to say. Always going to get better. I was pretty sure I had Crocs all talked into settling down with the big booty waitress at the Waffle House, but he already signed the contract. Well, big booty Judy might have just kicked him to the curb when the tips weren't big enough. Who knows? Rescue is upset he can't join the women's wheelchair team in the Special Olympics now. Oh, well, apparently you can. You just roll up. I ain't even got to shave. I just have too much self-respect. Man, I don't even understand how some of these conversations come to be. I really don't. I mean, it's a true sign of lack of intelligence. So, it's like, I'm sorry, what? Oh, Lord. Longest in line of human being. So how have you been? So you done made a load? Is it was is was one of them livable bug out? It was, what was it? One of them was livable, but then the other one needed work. Or I'm sorry, I'm bad. I just forgot the details. And you don't have to say too either, because I mean I'm not trying to get the what the OPSEC stuff, but man, oh man. Sometimes I look and I kind of feel very overwhelmed, but then I just got to pause for the cause and be like, no, just, hey man, one day at a time, one thing at a time. It is a house. We're having 2 more structures built. Right on. Right on. There you go. Are you going to be building them up there like as you go up? Or you got having somebody building them up there? Doing the contractor thing? Oh, yeah, Mitt. Well, so I don't have the original rooster. I have the rooster I got is one of his kids. The original rooster went back to its original owner. The missus was just had a headache, and so the ones that hatched, yeah. And then if you caught the last 2 that peanut butter and jelly, they're out there. And yeah. I remember watching chickens being hatched. Yep. And I'm gonna once I just gotta, I have the conversations, and that's what probably has made me sound like, a dumbass over the years, because it's like, oh yeah. And I get wrapped up in the conversations in my brain, because it's like under different circumstances, then it'd be like, oh yeah, go out there and knock that out. And so I spouted a lot of stuff off, I realized, and I just got to slow down. But that's my intent. My intent is to have a little spot right there, and I'm going to hatch them. And when they get feathers, bring them out, so they'll have a visual, and they'll be able to grow her and then put them in. And I want to start offering some chickens around here for people to start. Just have a few chickens. Ain't got to have a rooster, man. You just want some eggs. Quit them in the store. Quit giving them companies your money. That's why we give eggs away. By the way, we had a problem with some crumble. I think it was. I don't know. We went about 3 days with no eggs whatsoever, and it was like, holy shit, man! And all I could figure was, I go, I think we just that's about the time we started that crumble. So I don't know if they changed something in it. So then I went out there and we took the crumble and we just give them some feed now. And then we started getting a couple. So hopefully they straighten up. Oh, Bug says, oh God, it went a little over the top with the builder. We were way over the budget I thought we all agreed on. So scrambling to make it. Yeah, I could see that. Summer breeze. Gypsy Soul, good morning. Bug out isn't always so. Well, that's it. Well, and especially if you're one of those thinkers, then the minute you start that, you start. Well, this. Well, then this. Well, how about this? Oh, yeah. Well, then this would be. And next thing you know, yeah, over the budget. Oh, it looks like that storm busted that tarp out over there. Now I got a big old hole in it, and it ripped it down. It seems to be always so, but watching your secret money stash vaporize is a little scary. Yeah, that's the cushion. That's the cushion stash. And then all of a sudden, there's no more cushion stash. And just ignore me if I ask something that you don't want to answer, Bug. I just ignore it. I won't repeat no question, so I'll just pick up on. But so do you kind of got, or do you got your eyes on something that you're going to be doing up there, like for work? Do you already kind of got an idea? You got a plan, Stan? Just out of curiosity. Matt, what's up, Matt? I get my picnic table today. I got the crazy ass squirrels a picnic table with an umbrella to sit there. Oh Lord! They got chicken picnic tables. The missus wanted me to try to make one for them. I said, well, let me kind of get some other stuff tended to. Kind of got a house fixing to fall on the ground, so I don't know. I might be the interest. That's just such a physical job. I can. That's one of those. That's a hard hurdle. I gotta say, that one still gets me flustered some days because I know exactly what I need to do, and I've done it before. But now the mechanics have changed, so it's like it looked cute, so I got it. And that says, "Give me some woods, brooks, and rivers." Oh well, yeah, that would be ideal. I gotta say, I could almost see winning the lottery, going and finding the spot. I just want the little house with a little about a half acre something maybe beside it that's cleared off to grow some stuff, and then yeah, just have a little stream right there. That's it. And then I could just give all the rest away. Just here. This is what I need. Okay, and here's my little replenishing. Yep. Okay. Good. There you go. I'm gonna try to get into buying and selling tag gear. My buddy down here makes six figures selling helmets and body armor. He said he would consign me and supply me. Oh, there you go. Buy a tractor trailer in and make a fire pit out of it. There you go. To sell. That'd be cool. Hell yeah, your own little shop. So you gonna have a storefront and online presence, or just gonna be online? What's up? Actions, not distractions. Are you working hard or hardly working? Sell your mind, no stream, no rescue in Tennessee. Uh, is it around Chattanooga? Give money again to me. I think my stepmom still lives around Chattanooga. But I can't. I can't move. Kind of in my own trials and tribulations. How you say it? I dug my hole, so I'm here, and I guess I'll be here till I'm not. Things hard to say. There, I want to avoid online unless I get someone good at monitoring and stuff. I'd rather put all energy in at certain times and some energy all the time. There you go. What's up, Huckleberry? It's about time you showed up. At least it didn't at the end this time. Damn. Well, that'd be cool. Yeah, I've kind of. My goal is to be working next year, doing something. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but I'm gonna be doing something next year. I'm only halfway through this little journey. I feel so. It's been a few years down, and it's just man since April there has been just I don't know. It's been something else. God has been good to me. You get a good sewing machine, I can put you to work. Yeah, wonder if I could do something like that. Thought about I don't know because I want to do something. So I'm gonna be active this year. I'm trying to. I got my little exercise. I do it every morning. I'm getting my guns back, get my muscle tissue, kind of working my core as best I can. That's still a little tricky. I got to figure out ways to do stuff just to target certain little groups so I don't apply pressure on the other areas. But StreamYard link. Well, I don't have a StreamYard. I have the Talk Studio Stream Labs. How long have I been going? An hour? Yeah, I'm good for probably an hour. Let's see. I do this. I do that. Okay, so now go away. Now, Oh, I don't know what just happened. It all went away. It might just appear that way to you because that probably looks like big guns to you, but it's just my pinky. You might think that's your forearm, but what's up, 420? Wild Dragon? Shoot, yeah, man. I was glad to start getting my muscle mass back. What do they call that? Apathy or whatever the hell that is. Oh, there's rank. We ain't doing that. Where's the other damn look? There.
Can I get a mic check? 1, 2, mic check.
There you are.
Get a mic check.
Mic check.
Am I coming in good?
Well, I mean, you're coming in. It's you, so I don't know how good it can be, but
Okay, obviously you heard me. Okay, no.
what, you can't hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine, mate. I'm used to StreamYard.
Oh yeah. This is called a whole lot cheaper than I can do this.
But I thought there was, StreamYard's free, isn't it?
Well, for limited hours, which I guess at the rate I've been doing,
right.
but I'm fixing to be picking up pace. So
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, your camera ain't working, but then that's, I guess, not so bad. What's up, Michelle? Morning.
Oh no, it's working. I've just got it closed at the moment because I'm having a cigarette.
Oh,
And
okay.
I didn't want to be disgusting, so I'll wait till I finish my cigarette and then it'll be a little bit more tasteful.
Wait,
Even though you're vaping away.
run that by me again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Run that by me again. I don't know. Maybe it was the music, but it sounded some batshit crazy stuff. So say it again. So you got it off. Why?
Because I'm having a cigarette.
Okay. Do I need to kick you off panel? Are you retarded or something? Like, is that supposed to be bad now? Is this like some politically correct shit? Like, oh my God, don't you dare smoke a cigarette on stream. Did you really go there? Unbelievable.
I don't know the age of your viewers, mate, so I don't want to encourage.
No wonder you guys ain't got guns no more. You just do the weirdest shit.
Hey, bro, we got guns.
Well, I can't show them because then I get chastised.
That target over there didn't get shot by harsh language. The fucking that one. I didn't put holes in it with bad words. Kiss off. I just wanted to say I love you. I've missed you. It seems like we always meet in this dive bar that we call the Cluckin Alamo.
The Cluckin Alamo. Is that cat still up there? You got that cat treed? You got that cat treed?
Actually, that's not a shit name for a diner, eh?
What?
The Cluckin Alamo.
The Cluckin Alamo.
Yeah, the Cluckin Alamo. Make it look like a chicken coop. Never
well, that was my original intent with that was going to be to have like the front in the shape of the Alamo. I just haven't gotten to that. That's one of those. Oh yeah, and I thought but just we might get there. What's up, Grumpy? Afternoon, sir.
There you go. You've already got an employee, and the joint hasn't even been built. Gypsy.
Yeah, Gypsy's gonna cook. I'll cook.
All right, sounds good. Oh man, have you eaten any of the chickens yet?
No. Eat the eggs?
Not even one.
No. They still lay eggs.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I
What's
probably
up,
would have.
zombie force?
I probably would have capped one by now. Hey,
Wow.
zombie, mate. Hey. I don't
I
know.
will say it was so cool. We went to town yesterday. I got gas for the mower and stuff, and we passed by this guy, and he's got had some cattle, and man, it was a good sight to see. But there was a good 100 youngins out there, and I was like, hell yeah, done. He done increased his flock. Okay, look, dude, this is not how it works. See, you're gonna fucking die now.
No, hang on. Rescue.
Pardon
What
my
I was
friend. Sorry, I just get caught in the moment.
rescue. What I was going to say is the reason I would have eaten one of the chickens is because like I've had tomato soup in a can before and stuff like that, right? And then my
Yeah.
missus, she grows her own tomatoes and everything, right? Naturally grown. Like it's not the season now because we're in winter. And then she did a tomato soup once, and it doesn't have all the vitamins pumped into it and all the crap pumped into it and all the
Well,
you
where's
know
the chicken
all
kicking
the
into the tomato soup?
well, what I'm referring to is like it was so natural off the tree, and so I'm thinking if you're growing your own chickens, you're not putting all these
All the
vitamins
crap in
into
it.
it and steroids and all
Yep.
kinds of garbage into it. So I'd really like to taste like I would genuinely. I'd count my
Y'all,
chickens and go, all right, you're the
you,
one I hate the most. I'm
so you
eating you.
can't have chickens?
Uh, yeah, I guess I could, but we just got a bloody chihuahua, mate. Come on.
Well, I mean, because you can always give them the greens out of the garden. So,
Yeah,
like as she's growing stuff and then cleaning the stuff off, you throw that into with the chickens.
yeah,
You know,
I've told the missus she's got to expand. She's got a nice little greenhouse. I said you got to make it bigger. And so I said it's too small because the tomato plant's almost taking over the size of it.
now
Um,
Okay, so seeing you get you about three. Well, if all you want are the eggs, then you get you 3 or 4 hens. If you want to actually eat some chickens throughout the time, then you're going to need to get you about 6 hens and a rooster. You don't want
yeah,
to get a
I
rooster
ain't
with
get,
only two or
I ain't
three
getting no
hens
rooster,
because 2 or 3 hens are going to get their ass beat hard.
mate. No, I ain't getting no rooster, man. No way. No.
Right, Grumpy? Bug out raises the IQ just by entering the room.
Grow weed.
I
Yeah.
can say that now because I don't work for them people and I don't go over there. But there used to be this county not far, and every time we would cross that county line, I would laugh, going, "Well, shit, man, we ought to get a raise." And somebody would say, "Why?" And I go, "Because we just brought this whole county's IQ up by a good 50." But
Sorry to go
see, that
back to
was
the. Sorry to go back to it. If you do happen to eat a chicken, can you live stream it, please, and let me know how it tastes
well,
without
yeah.
all without all the steroids and everything in it? Yeah.
I know the eggs. We love the eggs. I don't
Oh,
even, man,
oh, mate, I bet.
they're just good, full of flavor. But yeah, that's my intent. Is I want to raise some, but I want to just. I think the meat birds. If you do a meat bird, they're only what is it? I think Grumpy. I think it's 3 months,
Hmm.
and then they're ready to. Wild Dragon says grow weed. Bug out raising IQs as long as we only talk about the two Saviant topics I know anything about. Otherwise, I just listen and say, "Oh, that's wild a lot."
I swear there has to be a black
Whatever,
market.
bug out.
There
I
has to
done
be
spent many hours talking with you. You know all kinds of shit.
there has to be a huge black market for chickens that we don't know about because
Why?
how the hell all the KFCs across the world and all the McDonald's across the world, the chicken, then you got Chick-fil-A across the world feeding millions of people.
Do you know?
Not to mention,
So you're really unaware of how that works. So like you got companies like Tyson, and they have these warehouses that are huge, and they literally have 12 by 12 squares that these
no,
chickens
I know
stay
how it
in, and
works.
they
That's what
literally
I'm
have a
saying.
food trough and a shit trough, and they literally eat shit, X amount, and then they literally go off to slaughter.
But what I'm saying is there has to be a black market for it.
Why? It's a
Because
corporation.
someone's controlling who's controlling you. You can't have chickens. I'm going to take your company because I got more chickens. Like this, never
Well,
mind.
who says you can't have chickens?
Well,
who says you can't have chickens?
The big chicken guys.
Well, I got fucking chickens, and other people around me got chickens. There's people in chat that got
wait.
chickens.
They're coming after you, mate.
This ain't Australia.
They're coming after you.
We got our guns. They're not taking our chickens. We kept our guns.
We have guns.
Apparently, you don't know how to use them if they took your chickens.
We don't kill kangaroos with harsh language, Dad. Come on.
Now, what you got to go assaulting the kangaroos for? I'm talking about them coming and taking your chickens. You said they said you can't have chickens. Well, apparently, you don't know how to use your guns to defend that.
We got guns. Oh, it's
just
England.
don't know how to use them, I reckon.
If you want to talk about a country that doesn't have guns, it's the English, England, not Australia.
Are they trying to take their chickens?
Possibly.
Well, that's a hypothetical.
I don't live in England, so I don't know. It's predominantly, like, if you look at everything in the news right now, it's predominantly a bloody Muslim country. So, yeah, not looking good over there in Europe, that's for sure.
Well, hey, Buggett said he's trying to get a shit trough built in the new house. Actually, that would save so much time every day. Well, they're do like the English when they were used to do the castles. Just go put the shitter on the top floor and then let gravity do the rest. Just shit down the hole. It falls far enough, it'll pick up speed.
What was that Grumpy?
Rescue, did you see the article about the largest egg producer losing 9% of its chickens to bird flu in Arizona?
I just read that. Yeah. Wow.
I can believe it.
That's probably Dr. Fauci.
Don't know if they really had it, but I can see them trying to cause, because they want to cause the chaos. So they don't control the political side of things. So you can't do that. So what you're going to have to do is come in and just literally do on the food supplies of things. But, this is why I'm kind of cool with, we got our chickens right out there. There's some cattle right down the road. Rudy? Hold on. I don't want to scream in the mic. I'm going to mute myself.
I just scream personally, but whatever. Hey, you do you, mate. I would have just yelled, fucking goody! I've done it. I yelled at my dog from my bed, my comfortable bed last night because they were barking at 5 o'clock in the morning. Went through the whole house, woke up the wife. God. You didn't hear any of that, did you, Rescue?
No.
No, I yelled at my dog for barking at 5 o'clock in the morning. I could just hear him barking. I don't know what they were barking at, but it just woke me up. So I couldn't be bothered getting out of bed to have a look. So I yelled. All my neighbours would have heard it. Everybody in the bloody street knows me when I yell.
Oh, that's how it is around here. I'm sure it carries throughout the woods. I'm not embarrassed to say something. Yeah. Like I said, English don't have chickens. They're pretty keen on limes, though. There's no shortage on chickens or eggs. See, what's up, Savage Lee?
I personally, I'm getting the feed real slow in the chat on the side. Sorry, guys. Anybody who's joined the chat, hi, how you going? I personally think the egg bullshit was the same as that the toilet paper scandal that happened years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was going, toilet paper. Oh. Karen, shut up. Just get in the shower. You got running water? Get in the shower, wash your ass. You're fine.
Huckleberry says, does anyone consider the Chinese ops that are here causing things like that mass chicken die? Could be. Could be.
Anybody else feel like a bacon egg roll right now? I know I do. I've got everything there ready to go. Yeah, mate.
I will say one thing that crossed my mind after watching the little Ukraine thing and the drones was all this activity that took place around our bases and stuff. And then it's like,
Mm.
so, you know, but I kind of, it would be the stupidest move, man, because it's not, it's going to cause mass chaos, which I got to say here lately, I've been, there's been so much stuff about the end of the world kind of stuff, the shit going down. And I just kind of,
Oh,
one day I zoomed out and I thought about like back in the hurricanes, like Houston all out of power or the freeze stuff, and just those mass amounts of people that were migrating towards the roads of traffic and then literally stalling out until it finally trickled down to nothing, just, you know, 50 miles from Houston. And so it's like, people talk about all the getting here and getting there, and it's like, man, where are you going to get? And are you, so but then again, I just kind of look for my area and think, wow, yeah, because I couldn't see that happening here. It happened coming out of Houston, but it didn't. That's when you just stay put right where you are up in the woods, and there you go. The highway's way on over there, about a good 15, 20 miles. So, and they'll
well,
gravitate towards that.
I hate to say it. There's a lot of those people that probably made it across the border out of these thousands, like hundreds of thousands that came in that Biden let in. We all know who it was. Their administration. You got to think about it. They didn't have to bring the danger with them. They can buy all the components and everything they need to build the
Oh, yeah.
danger over in the United States on your land. So they're
Well,
already
they didn't even
trained
have
on.
to. They got political help over here because that's why that
Mhm.
administration was dumping them billions of dollars into those NGOs that were then funneling that on down all the way through to
Mhm.
Ecuador, stationing that shit up. So, I mean, there were back end people involved in migrating. And I'll point out that 20 million is out of 170 plus countries. So there's no predominant, they try to make it sound like it's just the predominant right here. And it's like, oh, no, no, no. This was 170 different countries dump people into here.
Yeah, not cool, man. Yeah. Oh, mate.
And that just I don't know. I stand on it. We are the pinnacle of freedom, regardless if
I
people
agree.
live a
I agree.
miserable life and they don't agree with that or whatever. It doesn't matter. But the foundation of this country, regardless of what some YouTube Rumble channel or some shit says,
Mm.
this is the pinnacle of freedom. Other countries look at us that way. We have changed the democracy around the world. We changed the way these kingdoms were structured.
Mm.
So our collapse, that's why our target has been on our back since the day we were created. Hell, the people we kicked out of here wanted us to fail ever since. I mean, when we cut ties with the Brits, they were like, that's,
Well,
and then
we
see, that's all
were.
gone global, man.
Australia was one of your biggest allies. We just had an election not too long ago, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to explain it, but every Australian is going, no fucking way that was rigged, 100%, because everybody wanted our current. We have a prime minister, not a president. Like I
Oh,
said,
so
I'm
you
not.
had your own 2020.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Thank you, sir. Yes, we had a 2020. Everyone just went, no, no way. And everybody was saying, take a pen to the ballot box. It all had to be handwritten, right? And there was all video and footage of people, the ballot counters, rubbing out people's vote and filling in a different box. So yes, we had a 2020. Yeah.
Yep. So do y'all got any kind of
So we're
recourse
stuck.
to do that?
Oh mate, everyone's pissed. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, do you guys
I'm,
got like things like a recount or anything like that? What's up, G Mo Merkel?
I'm not sure if they're doing one at this current stage. I know certain people in the right areas where they were legitimately counted. The right people have won. in certain, states and whatnot. But the Prime Minister himself, he shouldn't be where it's rubbish. Rubbish.
Man,
Yeah, we got shafted. Sorry, I'm a little bit intoxicated, and like I said, I don't want to go into the Australian politics.
just a
Yeah, we got
wee bit.
yeah, we got shafted. We got shafted hard.
Savage
Well,
said, mess with railroad tracks, cell phone towers, orchards, getting poisoned. Fentanyl is just one narcotic, but it's prevalent even in medical, and infecting herbs, introducing invasive. Oh, yeah. Oh, Savage, I tell you, I mean, it's, you go getting diabolical
Gma.
the way the drones are now, and you can do dispersions, and it's like a fentanyl that you can contact with the droplets and get it. Then, dude, you could go like Times Square. You could take 4 people at a building and release 4 drones and have them just go down about 15 yards above surface, and then just flying down those roads and just do a aerial spray stuff. And man, it just the panic, the what the backlash, the after effect, the
You don't need
reaction
that
to
much of
that
that
would
shit.
already become like that would create a more massive thing than just the one little deployment. The visual of watching people just fall out and shit and stuff, the reaction would just cause mass panic. And these cities where people are stacked up on each other, oh man, dude, that they would go insane. They wouldn't know where to run. It'd be like mice in
Fuck
one of
off.
them little.
I'm European. No, I'm not. I'm Australian. Sorry, I was laughing at Savage's comment. But yeah, even the smallest part of fentanyl, have you seen how toxic that shit is?
Dude, we had a DPS trooper that all he did was he opened the trunk. He saw a bag, had some stuff, so he set it on his Tahoe tailgate. And when he touched it like this, and then he went to touch just the top part of that bag, all of a sudden he just went and fell out. And his partner had to give him fucking Narcan, I think 2 different Narcans. And it was because the fentanyl was in that bag, and it was just the touching of the bag. So it's like if you figure if it's that, because when it's pure, it's that potent. They cut it down like everything else, and that's where it gets introduced to another shit. But when it's pure, it's lethal. Well, dude, you can take a damn drone, and you can take, hell, an air bottle from diving, and you rig that to deploy. That's a good little. That's
Stop.
30-minute timer, dude, and you
I
just sit
know
there
where
and
you're going with that.
miss.
Don't.
Well, we do
I
it to
know.
crops right now. We have farmland where we have the big ones set up, and they actually load up with tanks and everything. And we go and we do it with fields. And so the technology part's there. And that's why when you look at what they just did with those over in Russia with the bombers, that's not really a shock and awe. I mean, my God, look what the hell's been happening in Ukraine. Chasing people down with a drone.
Well, I heard a lot of people
Oklahoma has
now.
Narcan vending machines. That is so sad. See, that's when you've given up, man. I'm not a methadone fan. I don't think you don't replace one thing with another.
I've seen the ammunition vending machines. They're awesome. Surprised they don't get stolen, to be honest. So I don't know.
We have ammunition vending machines, but hey, yeah. See, there you go, Narcan.
I don't know what the security is like there, but I've heard a lot more people now because they're going, oh yeah, the Mexican border's cut off now. You can't get over the Mexican border. I've heard a lot of people they're going to Canada.
Oh yeah, the northern border.
And they're just getting so easy. Yeah.
Well, hell, dude, it's what is that like 4 or 5 times bigger than the southern border?
I don't know. I could pull up a map.
Yeah, because the landmass is only California right over into part of Texas. And then the majority of Texas is Gulf. And so the northern is the whole width of the United States.
Fuck, I got my tablet on my keyboard.
Who cares? The F you don't. Well, since you're not being specific, Gmal Merkel, then we don't really know who that applies to. So, yeah, I guess we just overlook it. and just move on. I don't know. I guess you're right. I don't care.
Okay, the US border
No, I'm
with
just
Canada. All right. The US border with Canada is significantly longer within the US border with Mexico. The US shares 5,525 miles, which is 8,891 kilometres for any Australian or English in here. The border with Canada, holy shit. Whilst border with Mexico is long. Yeah, where's the rest? Give me the rest, you son of a bitch. All right, so the one with Canada is significantly bigger. Sorry, continental border 3,000.
okay. Just so we're clear, see, this is why y'all are in the predicament down there. Y'all are in. You're way overthinking this. It
We
just
don't
as
have a
simple
border.
as
We're an island.
just picture the United States. There's only this much that connects to the southern part, and then the rest is an ocean line. Okay. And then there's the whole top part of the map that connects to another country. So it's kind of obvious that the northern is a lot bigger than the southern.
Oh, I've seen the map. I know. I was trying to write it for the dummies in chat. Yeah. But, yeah.
North bigger, south smaller.
Oh, it's tiny because you got the whole Gulf of you got the Gulf of America as well down there, and it all funnels down into California and everything.
Yeah, can't forget the Gulf of Mexico.
The Gulf of America, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, it's the Gulf of Mexico. Look, man, the dude's okay with me. I don't agree with that decision. It is what it is.
You've got more water on your coastline than they do.
I don't care. To me, the action itself was no different than them renaming bases and stuff. You just want to go plucking names. There's a history to
I
that.
know what to say. I comment on what you say, and you have no
Hush.
clue what I'm talking about.
Holla,
Jima. Okay. Sorry, Jima. I don't know.
holla.
I'm assuming that was directed at me. Whatever. Okay.
Look, it took her 5 minutes to reply back, and it's still my fault. You talk so much shit, you don't know what you say. I comment on what you say, and you have no clue what I'm talking about. That's because it takes 5 minutes, and then there's already so many other things that were said. So that's why it seems that way.
I'm just trying to keep conversation going, to be honest. And
Not to mention, there's two people up here. So when you go, who cares? I don't know. Was you two referring to somebody in chat? Were you referring to rank me? So see, I'm not sure that I'm the confused one here. I'm just saying.
I'm not stating facts. Like, what do you want?
Hold on. Now we can't. Don't say nothing. Nobody talk. Don't say anything. We got to give this a couple minutes so that way we'll know that she's addressing what I just said.
All right, shh. No more talking rescue. This will be the best live stream ever. You ready? Shush.
See, I don't want to say nothing else because I don't want to get off topic. That way, if she says something to me, I'm still on topic.
Shh. Yeah, what the fuck?
I have to take small shits.
Oh, mate.
Oh, well, shit. No, we're good now. Shit, I know now. Hell, Ron White summed that shit up. You can't fix it. She's menopausal.
Jay, do you know why they call it menopause?
Yeah, how come they don't bring that shit up in the gender conversations with the men can be women thing? It's like, oh yeah, dude, you have no idea. You can't recreate menopause in a guy, son. That is straight up manufactured out of that female DNA gene. And it is unique all in itself. It's unlike anything else, and you're not mimicking that shit, dude.
Do you know why they call it menopause? Because mad cow disease was already taken.
Now you're digging it deep. Sorry, life on an amateur backyard chicken farm. Things are still moving around, still kind of cool. Right, Savage?
I'm sorry, Jima. I don't know what you're going through, and I'll never know. Oh, my God.
Oh, and then look, Tiger wants to say because men cause it. Well, I mean, no.
What?
We didn't create it. That's a natural cycle that happens.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
will say, you know what? On the guy side, though, what is up lately, or I say lately, I don't know. Maybe it just kind of really becoming more aware of it myself. But, dude, are like guys out here. I mean, I get it. Where everybody makes the soy boy comments, and yeah, we got some real sissy ass ones out here. But I'm sorry, Isla,
In
stop.
Texas?
Uh, these what's all these testosterone advertisements, dude? Is like, are men not able to produce any testosterone? Did they get nipped in the nuts or some shit? I mean, what happened? It's like, man, my biggest problem. I produce too much. I get agitated. I don't need no damn prescribed stuff.
Yeah, if
What's
I
up?
put
I've just noticed that all these commercials, all these different people promote this little testosterone. Get you, and I'm like, why are you taking shit? Are you that weak?
yeah, if I get too much testosterone, I'll get real angry and I'm frustrated and shit. I just go rub one out. Oh, take a break, chill out, have a cigarette and have a beer, and then I'm good
Probably
again.
gives the missus a break, huh?
Good on you.
The tolerance switch gets turned off. You don't even have
Oh,
see. They bring up a switch with menopause. There is no switch. When the menopause entered the stage, there's no disconnect. It's like Tesla free energy shit. It's just going across and it's connecting. There's no switch. It just happens.
we need a woman up on here to argue with us. That'd be good, and tell us like yeah.
And I do say, I think there's cases where the menopause thing it gets played as some excuse. I know that, like for my mother-in-law, for about the
Mm.
first 10 years, that's all I ever got told was the excuse for her being just a mortal bee was because, oh, well, it's menopause, Brian. It's menopause. You know, she gets emotional. It's menopause. And then we hit the 10, 15-year mark. And then that's when I started calling them out, going, okay, you know what? At some point, this is bullshit because you don't get to just stay with this for this and gets to be the overall excuse. And it still is. Hell, 30 years
Mm.
down the road, and it's still, well, it's menopause. No bullshit. I don't know. Show me that where that's natural. 3 decades of menopause. Kids
Mate,
are supposed to get in it and get out. It's like everything else.
I'm gonna piss off some women in the chat here, right?
Oh, you don't
You
think
know,
you already did that, right?
yeah, I know. You know
Oh, okay.
another one. You know another one that fucking drives me is postnatal depression after a woman has a baby and she's just like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I can't do it. I'm postnatal. I'm postnatal, and then all the chicks get together and goes, "Oh, all right, you can't cope with it," and it's just like, it's just because you're a lazy fuck. You can't look after your kid. You fucking dumb bitch. You just birthed out. Oh, it's postnatal depression. Fucking shut the fuck up. Pull your head in. Look after the kid and be a fucking mum. You gotta
No,
fucking
there's a disconnect.
fuck
That's why
off.
I hate that talk about that because it's like, oh, a clump of cells.
Fuck.
They try to disconnect that being a human life, and so it just
Mm,
they devalue it.
for real. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm postnatal depression.
Right,
Fuck
Savage?
off. Who the fuck, right, even diagnosed that? Who's the one dumb fuck that says that was a condition?
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on. I have to scroll up
Oh, okay, sorry
because I
about
need to
that.
see. Yeah, I see women doing construction and men changing diapers. Well, I'll have you know, I just got through changing a diaper day before yesterday with little man because, well, just I picked him up. I was playing and wrestling with him and realized, oh, hey, you got you a full little package. So put him on up on the couch and that took care of business. And so there you go.
Mate, I could do
And then
diapers all day. I
hold
don't
on,
give a
wait. I have
fuck.
to see
Yeah,
this one. This one's always a funny
sorry.
one here because let's see. So, nope. I see your effing lips move. I just don't give a shit what you say. But wait a minute. Let me see how this works. So, if I go, oh, I see your lips moving. I just don't. Seems like there's a lot of effort for not giving a shit. But I'm just saying. Seems like an awful lot of effort there. So, you might have heard more than you intended to hear. But I'm just saying. It's an effing hormonal change, and it does last forever. Oh, see, I think that's just because maybe somebody was batshit crazy, and then at some point they said, "Hey, I think they're old enough. We can just call this menopause." Yep, there we go, and then that became the thing. It's just that there's just people that are batshit crazy.
I mean,
First, it's postpartum depression, and second, it's hormonal changes that a woman goes through. So if you can't go through the changes, you have no idea what they go through.
no, why would I ever know what they go through? I'm not a.
Oh no, this is and hey, my stuff is not from the woman's perspective. This is from the third perspective looking in, going, "Oh wow, this seems batshit crazy." So that's all. I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't sleep at Holiday Inns, and I'm not even an actor to go on any TV show. So
you know what? Probably a lot of those girls that do go through postnatal depression. Like, oh, fuck, I'm a guy. I'm no one to speak on this, and I'm not a psychologist. Maybe it's a lack of support from their partner that they go through it as well, like during their pregnancy. So that could factor in. I'm just factoring that in. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, it's society. So I mean, like I get what Tiger was saying with because they're back before, then yeah, there would be because that would be an actual. It could be traumatic because they go through the changes and they don't know how to deal with that as this life is developing. So that. It's just that nowadays in 2025, it's been so. I don't even know if you can say muddied up because they don't even want to acknowledge that as being a life. And then it's like the abortion. That's all this conversation and screaming and rioting and burning shit down over the word abortion. And it's like, okay, can we pause for a moment and take one more step into how you got in that? Nobody ever wants to talk about that part. Nobody acknowledges it. We just going to eliminate the life. There you go. Over 1 million babies aborted every year. And you go to say it and they want to key on the word abortion. So they'll bring up a rape or incest. Rape, incest. Well, that's not the 1 million. That's like a 0.003. So now what about all the others? What about now that this has become where you can watch TikTok videos where people brag about it? And on the male side, because I ain't just trashing women, I'm just trashing people. Because on the male side, I watch males. How do you bring a life into this world and that your world doesn't all of a sudden center around that? Well, how is that not the center of your universe? But see, I can only relate to my own personal feelings and connections. And when they turned and handed me my son and he laid right here on this hand and that wrist, and it just was still in awe. And I can still think of that moment and still be in awe because it's just like, holy mackerel. I helped bring this human life into the world. And see, that's where I lose it. Me and the missus, I have this conversation all the time because I can look around and I said, my brain can't do this. This is 2 + 2 = 5 math. When I see this, but hey, I don't understand how can you not give a shit? How does that fucking work? I mean, and yet then those people will scream at other people about them being mean, they're hateful, they're evil, they're bad. And it's like, do you see what you're doing? You see the way you act? Look at the world that you're creating. Even the people that have the kids and that don't abort them, but they just have them. And then they have these kids exist in this world of shit where they do all their screaming, fighting, holler, and dope, all this bullshit. And this little life has to exist in this world. And people will bitch about other places that do that, but they don't check themselves. And it's like, man, you know what? Sorry. So there's my little soapbox because that triggers me. It hasn't been triggering me lately.
Stop, please keep
we
going,
see
mate.
shit and I just look at her and I'll go, I don't see. I said that. I don't get that. How does your brain click to that? And well, I don't know. And I go, yeah, see, me neither. I can't get it.
Well, I agree with what you're saying, and what I was going to say is a big influence I think a lot of nowadays is a lot of women when they're having children. What they've been brought up and they're exposed to is they like, oh, I want to be an influencer. If I have a child, I won't be able to travel. I'm not going to be able to travel if I have a child, or it's too expensive. It's going to be a financial burden. It's going to be too far out of my league. And so you're looking at a child like a burden. That's something. It's the best thing you can have in the world is having a baby, bringing life into the world.
Oh, it's a miracle, dude. That is the miracle of
mate,
life right there.
I agree.
And you've been
Yeah.
gifted that miracle of life. Why does that not become the center of your universe? Why is that not what your
Yes.
world revolves around? And
Yes.
but then again, this is the same society that whips out a cell phone when they watch this guy beat the shit out of this older person or whatever, and they just record it. And they go, ooh, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, all this bullshit, social platform. And it's like, really, where's your brain, dude? Like, you're totally cool with that? What if that was your grandmother? What if that was your wife? Hell, what if that was your shit? What if that was, why can't you just give a shit about another person?
What Gmar said. What Gmar said. Murder is murder. Exactly. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a life.
Get your ass on. Me and this red wall fixing to go throw down.
That's got a heartbeat.
Murder is murder.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's got a heartbeat.
Well, and see, and I don't know, but think about even the conversation, because it's like I hear good people, Charlie Kirk, bless him, he gets up there, he did defend, but it's like why do we even participate in conversations with those people? It's like if your first part of that isn't in the prevention of how you even got to that point. See, because if you ever go to that, and that's why they intentionally won't go to that step, because they know if they ever go to that step, then now we're going to just address the problem with the incest, inbred stuff, and the rape, that stuff. That's what we're going to deal with. And then it becomes it. You have to give a shit and see. But then again, dude, I don't know. I'm a biblical kind of person, so I'm not sure that you ever fix that. I think that's kind of what the book talks about. Is it gets a whole lot worse. And we're killing 1 million plus babies a year, and the majority don't see. There's my problem with the votes don't matter shit. That's how that shit stays alive. Because think about it, you supposedly, if you do something, you'll get all these people that'll be, we don't need to be killing babies, but you won't unify your voice because you've been convinced that maybe, it's not worth you saying anything. Well, maybe you ought to. I don't know, man. I just, that gets me all wound up.
No shit.
Gulf of Mexico, but yeah, I think we're supposed to be doing the Gulf of America now. Yeehaw.
Yeah, bug out. Don't worry, mate. This conversation is probably going to go a totally different direction in the next 5 minutes, man. It's been pretty.
I will tell you that my map in there says Gulf of Mexico. So,
hey, here we go. I'll try and throw the conversation in another direction. All right, please go on a rant. I want Jasmine Crockett to run for president for the Democrats. Anybody?
Oh, she needs to go to just jail. That is such a disgrace. I hate that she's even from Texas.
I know. That's why I brought her up, because I know. And she called was it Abbott? She called him Hot Wheels.
Oh no, that was the other chick, I think. Well, she might have done it too, but that was the AOC. Oh, yeah, dude, I don't know. That chick she's an educated college kid that now talks hood to try to make her seem like she's some kind of street rat shit, and all she is a piece of shit.
Yeah. She's a piece of shit. I wanted to run.
You would be corrected, Bug Out. It's the Gulf of Mexico, but you know what? Hey, I'm willing to concede as long as we fix some other shit, then fine. Y'all can call it Gulf of America. I don't get all in my feels when I stick with the facts. So I'm just saying.
Can't they draw a line down the middle or something? With just everyone just whatever. They probably call it
by that thinking, then murder should be legal because this is American. People have the right to make poor decisions.
They probably called it the Gulf of Mexico because so many Mexicans drowned in it trying to get to America. Ooh, that was fucked up.
Well, I will say, actually, they don't. Hell, they just cross a river, dude.
Oh
If anything,
yeah.
by what you said, it would have been the Gulf of Cuba.
Oh, what the Rio Grande? Yeah.
And I do think that, I mean, unless there's a medical instance, but then, I think there's a reason for things. So I think that you just try, and this is not going to set well for some, but whatever it is, what it is, I think that there's a natural process that needs to take effect. And to be honest, if it's the baby is here and mom's not, maybe that's what the case was supposed to be. But I don't think you
Yeah.
sacrifice one for the other with intervention, because then that gift that was got here and did the spark that nobody can explain. So I choose faith. But
Sorry, can I say something? I just saw a
and it's like,
comment here.
what, if it's a bad thing and
Okay,
it's hard on that person, then what, you gotta shelters. That's what we need. We need to, because it's easy to talk about, but there's so much back end that needs to be corrected to paint the picture. But it's like having places, okay, you can go in, but when it's time, then you can give them up and they can go to a foster family. And then those are actually good people, and that it's not off of money grabbing system. So when I say things, I say it in a domino effect that we're fixing the back end at the same time if we're going to fix this.
I want to say something real quick. I saw Steel and Tree asking why Abbott doesn't have robot legs. Because I think because he had a tree fall on him when he was 26 years old.
He's probably got a badass Tesla wheelchair in the back end, though. He just don't let nobody see it.
If I
Maybe
remember,
he'd get accused of taking favorites then.
if I
What's up,
remember
Eric?
correctly, it was a really high vertebrae somewhere in the spine.
Oh yeah, no, he's
So
he's partially
it had to.
paralyzed because he was jogging and a
Oh,
tree
he's
fell
fucked. Yeah, and a
and
tree
smacked him.
fell on him.
No, he was
But
making a joke about if Texas was great, then why doesn't he have robot
oh
legs? Since
yeah,
we've
yeah,
got
yeah.
Elon Musk. But hey, give him
No,
time. We just got Space
he
City
probably
built.
will. Yeah, give it time. Yeah, fuck exactly. Yeah. But that's what I was saying. He's got a pretty high break. If I remember correctly, I was reading something about it, where it got him in the back. So I'm pretty sure he's fucked from like a little bit below the armpits, if I remember correctly, or could be wrong.
What?
That he's paralysed, where he's because I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can't remember which vertebrae he broke where the tree came
Oh no,
from.
I think it's on the lower. I think he's on the hip down.
No, I don't think it's hip down, mate. I think it's higher. But anyway,
Oh
I'm
well,
not
he
going to
stood up
argue.
before.
Yeah.
Like he's partially
Does
walked.
he?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. No, it's just that's a chore, and so that's why. But no, he's not. Like he's still okay in the chest and stuff.
Probably read it in the New York Times. We know what they're like. Yeah. Anyway.
I and dad for my son since 11 months old. Had to be both dad and mom his whole life. He's 20 years old now.
11
And
months
dad,
old.
mom's an addict. Years later, yeah. See, that's the sad part.
Somebody knows how to
Wow.
make a baby bottle. Damn. Well done,
Well, and
sir.
it's just like that, man.
Yeah.
That's what I guess I get disconnected too with some
What
of the
was
talk.
that?
Because when my kids were born, I'm from that age where it's like we both did it, dude. You both cleaned the butts, you both did the baths,
Oh,
you
you're
both
a
did the
legend,
breast
bro.
teeth, and you both did the. It wasn't just like oh, that's her job. Oh, that's I don't want that thought. You just don't even come, man. It's just like that's what I was telling my son, going, I don't know how many times, dude. I would come in and I'd be wore out, but your mother had been dealing with you all day, and you were in one of them moods. And I said, I'd get you and I'd sit there and walk around and I'd rock you. And when you'd start to chill, I'd sit on the couch. And when you nodded off, dude, I just put my head back and slept for an hour or two as you napped. And I said, it's shit just like that happens. I don't understand why is that hard to think of?
Because it's not.
Michael, you're lost now. Use your GPS. I mean, you're not driving anymore. So it should be pretty simple from work to home. So it's a short path, same city, all that good shit. So use your TomTom.
I never had a problem doing nappies or anything. Never had a problem.
Governor
Don't
Abbott is
care.
what happens when you hit the sides. Playing the old game opera.
Opera. Oh, good on you.
Bleh.
That's a little bit funny.
That's it, Wild Dragon. You got it. I mean, that's just, and see, I don't know. I guess it just seems like there's more thinking like it's a job and it's a chore and it's a hindrance or it's a weight on the, and it's like, man, what? When did it get turned all upside down? Shit, dude, I was like excited as hell. I was so freaked out. I I already had stepkids in my first marriage, and then when we got together, she had a son, so I had a stepson. And then, man, when she said pregnant, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is my." And then when we found out it's a boy, it's like, "Oh my god, that's my son." And I just couldn't wait. And the minute that's right, it's like I don't know, man. It's weird. You just don't see that. I mean, I'm not saying it
I
doesn't
know
happen.
the feeling,
Unfortunately,
brother.
I just don't get
I know
real
the
good
feeling.
visuals of
Yeah,
that anymore. But you meant in
I
the
know it.
conversation. Oh yeah, the bird's talking shit.
I know the feeling. It's like instinct kicks in, and you just, I remember when my first daughter was born, and a nurse showed me how to do a nappy the first time, and I was just like, "Yep, sweet, I know what to do from here," because I've never done a nappy before. And then I was happy to do them if well, my ex-wife anyway, not my current. If my ex-wife needed a break, like sleeping or whatever, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do the nappies. I'll do the nappies. I'll do the nappies. I'm fine, fine." Even though I'd been working all fucking day for like fucking 10 hours, I didn't give a shit. Like I was so excited to come home and see my child, and I'd bathe them and do the nappies and
Oh yeah, that's the fun
get them in their
stuff.
pajamas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
Actually, bug out. I did not assume that he was a son. They put that little cool little wand thing on her stomach, and as it glided over, there was this foot, there was a leg, and then there was a flagpole that was just straight up, and it was like no doubt whatsoever. So there was no guessing. There was no, oh, let me assume. Oh no, he was profiling from day one. So he had the flagstaff already at full mast.
Why is everyone yelling? Because it's
And
father
98%
excitement, mate.
of us was conceived in a drunken, drugged up Saturday night in the back seat
Oh,
of a Chevy. Wait a minute. What is that? I don't understand in what context, G. Merkel. Is that in saying that's how the people are got here, or is that the reason why they don't give a shit about the people in their life now? Or yep, this is definitely the real right, right,
see,
Tiger.
I don't get it either. What? So the baby goat is a consequence. Why's the baby goat got to do anything with children?
Well, and the
How
kid is a
silly is that?
consequence. So wait, is you're saying so the kid is the consequence of a drugged up Saturday night in the back seat of a Chevy? Okay, then you know what you do? You go, oh wow, we just had a drunk night, drugged up drunk night in the back seat of a Chevy, and I'm pregnant. I guess I need to pull my head out of my ass now. I have a responsibility to take and fulfill. And if you're not capable of doing that, because maybe the drug Saturday nights wasn't the one and only, so there's probably maybe some damage up there, then you say, hey, I need to find a foster home that I can give this child to because I'm not capable of being a parent. There you go.
Damn, that really concerns me too. How many children are stuck in foster homes?
Well, that's where we need to clean up the foster homes because there's plenty of families out here that would enjoy raising a child, but they don't fit the criteria. They don't can't navigate. They don't have the money for all the legal bullshit that's been put in it because it's a commodity now. It's like a marketing commodity. That's the set. You need to lock all them little pricks up.
I'm gonna share something with you here, Rescue, and everybody. How many people we got in chat right now? They can hear it.
Oh yeah,
What I see is 20.
there was an asshole for here. I am savage.
I got 20. Okay, I'll share a personal experience. So my ex-wife, right, I had a child with. Not going to say any names or anything, and I done most of the work. She cried out postnatal depression and this and that and the other and all the bullshit. And she actually had a foster mother that brought her up, right? So not her biological mother and that. And then Facebook came around and all the bullshit and all social media and that. And she's like, "Oh, I really want to look for my real mum." And I said, "Well, look, you're an adult." I said, "I'm not going to stop you from doing it." I said, "If you want to find your biological mother." So she went searching for her, found out she was still an alcoholic, a drug addict, and a piece of shit. And she was like, "I want to go meet her." And I'm like, "You think this is a good idea?" And then that's when my ex-wife went downhill.
Oh yeah.
When she hooked up with her biological mother, and it just was like, and so I pretty much looked after my daughter on my own.
Well, yeah, because then the drunk mother, the old drunk, screwed up mom, doesn't is cool with meeting up with the daughter that they didn't have to raise because now they can be drinking buddies and do that shit together. So it becomes, and then they just get pulled right in, and then there you go. And then it
She was
relieves
like,
you of your
"Oh, I'm a
little guilt.
grandma. I
That
didn't have
dark
to
area
do
you got in
anything."
for
Yeah,
abandoning your
yeah.
kid has now been covered up. Yep.
I'm a
What's up,
grandma. I
Josh?
didn't have to. Yeah, I'm a grandma. I didn't have to fucking do anything. I didn't have to raise her. I didn't have to fucking look after her. But I'm a grandma now. You know, just suddenly you got a grandkid. But I feel better that I got that off my chest. Actually, thanks. Fucking hell. Yeah, I
Oh well,
fucked
that's just
up.
you can see that coming a mile away because yeah, I mean, I
I
can
told.
see as you get older and you want, if you were, if you were adopted, then you would want to look into your parents. You're grown now. Okay, I get it. But man, if you find out that they're losers, and still hung up in some stupid shit, then no, that's when you step away. You keep the distance going. This is why I was adopted. So I guess, and then matter of fact, you ought to be more grateful for the parents that adopted you because yeah, you weren't stuck with that.
Well, see, this is another thing I was going to say. Rescue. Do you know how pissed off her foster mum was when she found out she found her real mum? She was like, "This is not a good idea. Like, what are you doing?"
Oh yeah. Well, and see,
It
that's
was
why as a
not a
as a
good
mom
idea.
as a mom, somebody that raises the child, see, she got it. She knew where that was going to go, and it's like this is not good.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fucking hell. Anyway, fuck, what's that?
What's up,
20,
Bonnie?
25 years ago or some shit? I don't know.
Cost me $2 a day to feed, clothe, and send a child to school in a third world country. What it costs to send them there is what drained my
Wait, who's that?
Eric. I don't know if he was like legit about that because
Oh, Steel and Tree. Sorry, I missed you, buddy.
I'm adopted. I found out about my family. I lucked out with getting away from that family. Oh, there you go, Michael. There you go. Those shades of gray keep covered.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. Everyone's got their own story, eh? Some of them are just crazy, man, eh? Fucking hell.
Oh well, the world's a screwed up place, and I mean
Crazy.
every instance that's so much gets talked about in the topic format, But
Mm,
really, man, when you break things down to personal levels, what looks the same as yours isn't the same. They might drive a
mm.
car, they might have a job, they might go to the grocery store you go to, but their interactions and their family, everybody's interactions and stuff are different because we're all individuals. It looks similar, but interactions, man, that's a personal experience. And then that's shit that you grow up with. So one thing they can't take from you is your own memories unless you let them.
Oh,
Grilled
mate,
cheese and a tomato sandwich. Oh, there you go, Blue Butterfly.
10 cents. Oh, there's another
Oh,
one
yeah, it
that's got
says,
great. 10 cents
how,
to feed his goats overseas. So you got baby goats as well, mate? I've been thinking of sending my baby goats overseas. Nah,
How come the
yeah.
closer we get to being a third world country, the more it costs to eat? Sally Struthers would have done it a lot cheaper.
Ooh, we might have got a new rifle. Ooh, nice.
Gun store called, new rifle is ready for pickup. Y'all have a good one. Hey, Huckleberry, right on, brother.
That's like a 16-year-old picking
Hey,
up the
be safe,
latest
even
Playboy.
between the mustard and the mayo.
That's like a 16-year-old picking up the latest Playboy back in the 90s or the 80s, whatever. Oh, the new edition's out. Gotta go get it.
Right. I haven't eaten much today. 4 days ago, I sneezed and bit my tongue. But oh, damn it, son. That's pretty hardcore, dude. I bit my tongue, but that's when I usually get. You got to curl it and you tuck it and you slowly chew on the other side and be like, oh yeah, man. I used to have these bad spasms for a while right after the neck stuff when my cervical was done. I'd get this spasm and man, I'd bite the inside of my cheek and oh, good God. And then it would swell up and then get this, and it'd be just like, what a pain in the ass. Yeah, get you some chicken noodle soup, Savage Lee. Shining Midnight Paradise. Burt Reynolds did a centerfold and a playgirl. I saw it. Need a beer. How long have I been doing this? Because I sure don't get much done. 2 hours. Yeah, because I'm going to try to get this mode. And then I got some stuff that I moved and I got to move it a little bit more. I made a burn circle for the boxes. Take the chicken wire and make a big circle. And then I put all the boxes in there. And then I take some chicken wire over the top so the cardboard doesn't float up and landing over in the woods. Don't need no shit going down. You're old. Well, you're as old as you feel. Old as you think you are, I think is the way saying goes. You're as old as you think you are. Oh, boogie. Yeah, it's good to man. It's good to see you in chat and stuff. It's good to know you're doing all right. It's definitely been a minute. Bonnie, I'm old too. Rescuing everyone. I've got to do the chores. Love you guys. Ciao. Later, zombie. Hey, make it a good day, bro. Remember, you're driving the bus, man. You get to decide. Don't let the little shit matter. This.
Did you say Monty was here?
Nope. I said zombie. Zombie,
Oh,
he's leaving.
zombie. Oh, I see you, zombie. Okay. Sorry, misheard.
What is this? Blue says, I'm probably older, Gmo. Uh-oh. We're going to have an age competition. No, I'm older. No, I'm older.
I'm not doing that.
Doug out. I have a thing for old ladies who wants to let me read Braille first.
I don't want to be reminded how old I am. I don't.
I'll be
Oh,
41 on
you want to hear?
Sunday, but if you're as old as you think you are, well, my
You
body
want to
says
hear?
I'm 90.
You see
Hey,
that?
man, let me see.
PB.
Oh, that's a good. Dude, you relabeled that pretty good. You can't see Foster's in that at all. Bull Rider
Nah.
PBR.
Yeah, PBR.
Look at
I'm
you.
trying.
What's
When
up,
I took.
Snooks? Good afternoon.
Hey, Snooks. Much love. Oh, I love her so much. So I took my son to PBR one time down in Sydney when they were here in Australia, and the PBR I said, "Oh, do you want to come up and grab some beers with me?" So I took my son up with me, and we were going to get food and that as well. And we used to play this game, like it's so dumb. Like it's just like when you're with your son, you like it's kind of sexist. You go, look at that, and you'd point at a chick's ass, and you'd make them look, and then you'd turn around and make sure they heard. So make sure the girl would hear it when you'd go, look at that, like, and then they'd look, and my son looked at this chick, and she turned around, this mad cowgirl, and she had a cowgirl hat on and her boots on and everything at the PBR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and all these cowboys behind him were all laughing, going, ah, all laughing because he got busted staring at her ass. And he was only like 12 years old. And
Damn, 41.
yeah, and she goes, and she bent over and pinched his cheeks, and she goes, only if you were a little bit older. And he just went, what?
Made his day.
Oh yeah, man, he was, yeah, crazy. Yeah, no, but I love a good bit of bull riding. Hey, I used to take the children to the Easter show, like that, all the Easter show and the sheep and all the cattle and everything like that. And they want to go on all the rides and it's like a big county fair. And they're like, I only want to go there to watch the bull riding. I don't want to watch anything else. I don't give a shit. You want to go on rides? Go on rides, kids. Get your little show bags. They fall asleep. You got to carry them to the car. Yeah.
Yeah, down here in Houston, we got the livestock show and rodeo.
Oh
And then we
yeah.
also got used to have, I think they still have the monster jam, the trucks, the
Oh,
monster trucks. Yeah, we do that too, man. My son, when he was little, he used to love them.
I've got those mags, mate. I've got them. They're sitting about 4 feet away from me, mate. I flick through them. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't the other day. About 3 weeks ago, I had a good little look through them. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a little electric grave digger I'm going to give my grandson in another year or two. I'm going to start working on it, and making sure I might even try to torque up the little electric motor, come up with some different
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Get
And
the.
then I've actually got a one of those T Max trucks, and I've had it for the longest time. I might just go ahead. I was going to get rid of it, try to sell it off because I don't do it. And then I think, oh well, I don't know. I might
No,
just keep it
no,
and
no,
try
no,
to
no,
build him
no.
a cool body and let him play with it. He'll have a
Yeah,
blast.
yeah, yeah.
Keep him off of these damn electronic bullshit, this tablet and phones and all that crap. Get outside and go jump your truck.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you, mate. Yeah, get it fixed up for sure. Get him outside. 100%. That's what
So, Michael, you're going to be
yeah.
41 years old. Man, damn, dude, that's.
No, 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 hang on. What? Did Michael just said he's going to be 21? Everyone.
No, Michael said
No, no,
Battlefield, he's going to be 41
no,
Sunday.
I heard 21. Sorry, everyone. Happy birthday, 21. Yay. Happy 21st, mate.
Sunday, Bonnie, Sunday is his birthday. He'll
Your
be
presents,
41.
your presents in the mail, buddy.
Man, dude, that's so long ago. If I rewind to that age, yeah, no wonder I hear some wild shit sometimes. Because yeah, y'all are, which not all y'all. I know there's quite a few up here, but there's so many. There are a few of you that are down there in that 30 to 40. even 50-year range. So yeah, if I were to rewind my perspective back to then, I can see things through a different set of lenses.
I don't look a day over 90. I'm doing pretty good.
Wild Dragon said, I taught my son to fix dirt bikes and ATVs. Now he can fix them himself. Hell yeah.
Mm,
Dude, I
that's
tried.
awesome.
I tried with my son, but between his grandmother and just some outside sources, he just didn't want to. He wasn't into the hands dirty thing. Used to frustrate me for the longest time because I'd be like, I don't understand. But he's not
What is
mechanically inclined.
what more computer? What age? What age? What era? What
Oh, that would be through the 90s, 2000s.
nineties,
Well,
two
the late
thousand?
90s, 2000s.
Oh, that's when like Ataris and computer games and shit are coming in. Like, still riding his bike and everything, or like a push bike,
Dude,
or
we went through so many bikes because they would just sit there and rust up. Because no, didn't want to get out and ride a bike.
did he
Well, got him a
read?
four wheeler. Then he ended up doing the four wheeler, and then that was okay for a while.
Did he
But
read? Did he like
dude,
reading?
when I got him his first truck, I got him a '95 Chevy, and I got him the Tiltons and the Haynes book on it. And I told him, I said, "Hey, just kind of come up with an idea, and we'll see what we can do, and we'll get it figured." Oh no, dude, he didn't. There was no working on it, and didn't want to. Yeah, just he didn't even really give a shit about that truck because it was a used truck. So it was and so yeah,
Mm,
it was a rough road.
yeah, I'm
It
hearing
was,
you.
it was a trip, buddy.
See, that's where a lot of people they stuff up with their children. Like they try to remodel their children as who who they are as an adult and who they are as the parent. Whereas you've got to find out what they like and what their likes are and what they really need and what they want to do. You know.
G-Mo Merkel said, first time I got called ma'am, I went home and cried. Well, I'm just glad that wasn't me that did it then. Because I'm bad. I say ma'am to everybody, man. One to
Um,
100, and I say ma'am. I
if you're
say
gonna
ma'am and sir.
if you're gonna stay in this chat, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna have to check your ID, young lady.
Hey, Ellen. Afternoon. Hey, birthday. Oh, yeah, and it's Mayhem's birthday. Sunday.
I haven't even seen him in chat.
Who?
Mayhem.
Yeah, that's Battlefield Production.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah, I had to scroll up. Oh, now I see it.
Savage says I can work on some motorcycles, dirt bikes mostly. I've owned dozens. Riding them, I don't care to ride them much anymore. Arthritis.
Why the name change? What happened there?
Because he changed his channel and now he does this Battlefield Production where he does reviews on stuff and it's
Bonnie.
it's more
Yeah.
on point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I say ma'am and sir. Hell, I say ma'am to my granddaughters. They ask me something, and if I don't hear them, I'll go ma'am, and then they'll repeat it, and I'll go no ma'am, or yeah, yes ma'am, because I don't know, just one of them
It's not.
things.
It's not, sir. It's ma'am.
Oh well, no, no, in that kind of situation, that's going to be one of those. No, I said sir. I didn't stutter.
Yeah. Oh, mate. I'm going crack it.
And just by the grace of God, I have not been put in one of those situations to where I have to deal with that because that wouldn't go. That's why I laugh and tell the missus when it come down to the whole COVID shit and all that. It's like by the grace of God, dude. It put me in the chair because if I had have been like just like this, did nothing happened and I was just still hitting a lick, dude. I couldn't have done that. I'd have ended up in jail. All this
Mm.
people screaming at people's face over the mask and all that shit. And dude, I'm gonna knock you out. You're not gonna get in my face. You violate
Oh,
my
we go
airspace,
and going. Oh, we can talk about this now on YouTube, and you ain't.
and then
Get
they turn
fucking
around and then they started doing that stupid shit about putting two on your face. And man, I gotta tell you. And so
No,
thank goodness, it's just by the grace of God, I was just here, and I was kind of in my own little bubble away from it because people around here didn't do that shit. Our little town down the road down there didn't do that shit. So life just kept rolling.
one of my favorites ones was you had to wear the mask if you're not eating, but then you'd pull it down if you had to have a mouthful and then like pull it back up. Like you had to pull the mask down and then to eat and then put it on after you're done eating. Like what the fuck, man? Oh, we got the background music. Here we go.
Well, no, I just my damn speaker over there cut off, and I don't know why.
One of the younger guys I know. Grandpa. Why? What's wrong with that stealing tree? I would have kicked his ass, but nah, I wouldn't have kicked his ass. I go, yeah, I know more than you.
Let's see, I will never tell.
Full of knowledge here, little
Holy
cunt.
shit! You're gonna have a school bus come down here now?
I nearly dropped the C word.
We are moving on up.
I know somebody who doesn't like that.
Oh wow! Damn, we ain't had a school bus come down that road in a long time.
You reckon they lost?
Oh no, no, they just let some kids off that went in this house. No, they had the bus stop way the hell up there by the main road. I mean, that's where
Maybe
we
they
used to have when the kids were mine were growing up. Then that was the norm, but the
they might have been
dynamics have changed.
they might have been causing a fuss on the bus, and he was like, "Get off now! You're out of here."
Before I got
You
bigger,
can.
work one of the younger guys. I don't know if you would call me Grandpa.
Dusty country, what?
Road I never saw you before either, but the name sounds like a hot girl, so I just began stalking you anyway. Your pharmacy is terrible. You should switch that other one across there.
Hey, Dusty, if it's any consolation, mate, and I'm in Australia and I care about you, mate. So you
Just
got
wow,
someone
how
that
folks
cares
got
about
so
you.
ugly and some still fighting over truth coming on. I really don't understand how they can still stand up for their lives. Oh, the media pumps it out, and you got intentional misleadings trying to catch up. This last year has aged me more than all my years. Hey, what's up, Cherokee? No worries, sir. No worries. I don't do pharmacies, bug out.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get the jab. I don't know about anybody else, and I don't care. And don't tell me. I don't really want to know.
No,
So
man, that whole vax thing just gets me because, but
here we
see,
go.
I wasn't, that wasn't, the last vax I got was when the damn U.S. government did it.
I
As they
wasn't. I
said,
wasn't.
get
I
in this
wasn't.
line and raise your left
I,
arm if you're
I
allergic to
wasn't
tetanus
saying
and raise
anything.
the right if you're allergic to something. And I said, yeah, okay. And I said, okay. And I went up and homeboy pulled my arm down. He said, bam, in the arm. And that was the last vaccination I ever got. It just wasn't my thing. That's another one of them things. They made that word into some little issue. And it's like, then that's how they polluted their whole. That wasn't even a vax, dude. That wasn't even a vaccine that they forced people to take. So, and I feel sorry for anybody that felt like they were really forced into that and did it because you can't. You put it in your body, you can't take it out.
Yeah, sorry. I was halfway through a sentence and I've
Later,
lost
Blue.
my train. I
Make it a
was. I
good
was.
day. Hey, Buffer.
It's gonna. Every day I'm buffering.
Yes, little critters.
Yeah.
Nice to see you in.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I was going to say, what I was going to say is those were the saddest parts of my life as well. When we weren't allowed to travel, and as you well know, like I rode motorbikes and whatnot, And like that, contrary to what people might hear over there in the United States, there weren't concentration camps. It was people had to stay in hotels for up to 2 weeks when they'd returned from overseas. And so it was all this misinformation. But anyway, to my problem where I got depressed is because riding was one of my big things and motorcycles and getting out there. And I wasn't allowed to travel anywhere. So my motorcycles ran out of rego. All the petrol went pretty fucking stale.
Oh
Right?
man.
Yeah. So I've got like 4 unregistered motorbikes with the registration, and I'm like, how am I supposed to get my bike registered if I can't ride it to the fucking mechanic, you idiot? So,
What's up, Moose Man?
me and the wife, we went riding anyway. Me and Renke 1000, if anybody knows her. We went riding anyway. We were like, stuff this. And we travelled all over the joint. We went.
See, I just couldn't, man. We would hear about that happening in those cities, and there people getting told to stay inside. It's like, what was that up there? Where's that old Tim Walsh dude from? Is that
Melbourne,
Minnesota?
South Australia was bad.
I think it's that Minnesota dude. Anyway, dude, he had the National Guard going down, popping paintballs and shit, keeping people in their houses. And it's like, see, I don't know. How do you live like that? I mean, how does that, like, you're totally cool with that shit, dude? That's why I guess I find it hard to see it happening around here. And I guess I can be told I'm in my own little bubble, but it's just life. And now I can't live that deep in people.
Yeah, I wasn't playing ball, man. I wasn't wearing my mask. I wasn't getting no shot. I don't know. Fuck you, tell me what to do with my body.
You know, I got it with the doctor's office thing, and I get it if you're going to sit in the doctor's office and have it because, yeah, man, I don't know what you're in here for the doctor for. I don't want you coughing your shit on me, but it's like, be honest about it, though, and not like, oh, this is going to protect me from you, because it doesn't. It even says it on the box that you pulled the damn mask out of, that it doesn't protect you. So to just repeat that lie, that's what I really got mad the most over, all the first responders and all the people with the hundreds of hours of training that they knew. Like, I know that this is wrong. I know this is bullshit, but my nuts just shriveled up. And it's like, what just happened, man? Where are you people? You people should be calling that little gray-headed lion lizard out for what he is. All this little, oh, yeah, put your little poster up. No, don't back this shit, dude. This is all bullshit. And somebody needed to say it. It's bullshit.
All right. Okay. One of my
favorite.
All right. The funniest thing about COVID, and everyone, this is going to piss people off. All the fucking stupid TikTok dancers.
It just shows you how mentally disconnected people are.
What the fuck? Nurses and that. Oh, it's so dramatic. It's so bad. People are dying. But you're on helipads doing fucking organised TikTok dances and shit. And
well, what's worse? Is it the 6 nurses doing the dance video, or is it the 65,000 people that gave it the thumbs up?
Oh, mate, they're all fucked.
So which one's worse?
The 65,000.
Yeah, see, because that's what gets me, man. I mean, yeah, the act, but then you got look, dude. People by the hundreds of thousands, they'll get this shit views on that stuff, and it's like, why? But so propagating that, promoting it, seems like we're moving forward. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, what Ellen said.
Give Australia back its guns again, right, Savage?
Oh, we've got guns, damn it. We haven't lost guns. Oh my God. We have license to shoot kangaroos and pigs. Wild pigs, kangaroos, wombats.
Yeah, they just got to get permission to do it. That's all.
Just the licensing's out of control.
And by God, don't show a video of them doing it. Otherwise, you get called out for that, because them little Australians get butthurt over there if you show their video.
Yeah, because then you'll get a strike on your channel again. If anybody wants to have a look at an Australian shooting,
when you catch
and stuff like that.
Oh,
His
God.
his channel's called Edge of the Outback. Edge of the Outback.
Oh, don't promote that dude. He's such a dick.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a cocksmoker, but he's got some fucking nice
Oh,
Bibles.
he's a major dick. Because I mean, like, I'm just some
Oh,
little
what do you
redneck
follow him?
in Southeast Texas with a damn little chat that only had a few hundred people at the time, even. And so, just during a little 8-hour conversation, I showed a blip of his little shooting skill, and all of a sudden he got all butt hurt. And next thing I know, YouTube's like, a complaint was filed on you. What? Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah, because but he shoots some fucking awesome subsonics and fucking
Just
like.
watch the boys in South
Oh no,
Texas.
no,
You
no!
go and watch
Hang
them do
on.
it
We
off the
don't
little
have
birds and
guns.
shit. They do it better over here, and it's made in America.
No guns here. Actually, no, that's right. No guns here. No guns. No guns in Australia. No more. It's England that don't have guns.
And you're right, Ellen. Now they blame. Well, we're slowly getting away, at least around here. That's not mentioned so much now, but I see it in the news in the cities and stuff. That I guess those probably, if I went down into Houston, they'd probably still want to know. Oh, well, I don't know. Have you had your COVID shot? It wouldn't surprise me if they still pump it
What? They're still doing that?
in some place because it's the mass people, man, and just the more numbers you got, it's easier to confuse people. To be honest, because you can make something seem so legit
Fuck
because you
off.
what? Oh yeah, dude. The more people you got, the easier it is. Yeah, because you can actually take 5 and they can infiltrate more than you trying to convince just 100. You can take 100,000 and take 5 and sit there and infiltrate that a lot easier. That's what happens right now.
So
Dude, there's
it's
so
like
much because all you got to do is be a person that drops something and they're going to take it on themselves. Even if they're legit, they're going to spin the story. So it's a self-creating thing. When you start talking bullshit, people act like this is a complicated skill and it takes really, no, it doesn't. I mean, dude, and that was proven way back decades ago in a school house with kids in a chair. You whisper something in a one ear sitting next to each other, they can't repeat the same thing. It's not even close to the same thing coming out the other end. So if you take that and you now give it steroids called social media, there you go, man. Because 8 billion people on this ball of dirt, you're going to find some people that'll agree with what you say. That's just what it is.
2 words: psychological warfare.
I guess it's just could be out of control at this self-creating, dude, because like I said, people won't even repeat the same story that they were told. It's going to be altered, even on the legitimate basis. You can, and it's like I said, it's psychologically proven. A circle of people, and you whisper a phrase, and by the time it comes around, 6, 8 people, it's not even
Rescue.
remotely close to what it was about. It's
Can
got a whole flaw. You can look that shit up. I mean, that ain't hard to.
Rescue. Okay, this is a true story. Everybody who's in chat, I don't care. You can all hear it, right? So the house I grew up in when I was a kid.
All right, Ellen, make it a good day.
Oh, whoever's leaving, I gotta go. Okay, see you, Ellen. God bless. God bless. You have a blessed day. All right. So one day, this is no joke. So it would have been back in the 90s when Ricky Martin came out. She bangs, right? No, right? And my sister, I had a balcony.
What was that? Viva la Boca or something? Isn't that what he's saying?
Viva la vida loca, yeah.
Yeah.
And so me and my sister, I had a balcony off my bedroom, and everybody used to always come out there and smoke. I didn't smoke at the time, but now I do. I don't know why. And we were having this in-depth conversation about how easy it is to start a rumor, and we were thinking, oh, what could we start? Like, let's go. And she used to go to, my older sister is 2 years older than me. We were like, oh, let's start a rumor. What do you want to start? And we're thinking of all these things. And Ricky Martin was new at the time, so it would have been mid-90s or early 90s, if anybody can remember. I don't know, 93, 94, I don't know. I'm going 92. I don't know. Nah, I wasn't that young. I'm going 94. And so we just go, all right, I'll go tell everybody at my school that Ricky Martin's gay. And that's what we came up with. And she goes, okay, I'll go tell everybody that Ricky Martin's gay as well. And we'll see how quick this fucking can travel. Right? And,
Hey,
and
Michelle.
this is back before the internet, right? No internet. No internet. Nothing like that. Nothing. No internet, no Snapchat,
Nothing.
no
This is
Instagram,
nothing.
nothing.
The world
Do you
wasn't
know
even
how
created yet.
Do you know, I had people running up to me going, did you hear Ricky Martin's gay? And I'm like, no. I'd never heard that before.
So now you created something. So now when you run
Yeah,
into
but then he
somebody down in
came
the
out
lobby
as
and they think
gay.
Ricky Martin's gay, bam.
But then he came out a few years later that he was gay.
Well, maybe y'all pressured him into it. He just went ahead and went with it.
I
He couldn't
know.
run from the. You
Yeah, he
created
couldn't
the hype
do it.
behind it. He just had to give in.
Oh,
You pushed him to the other side. You see what you did there?
yeah, that's what I mean. No chick probably wanted to hook up with him because they were like, oh, no, we know you're gay, man. You put your dick in a bum. We're not going to, nah.
Look, you pushed him over to the other side just like that. Bully,
We were just,
peer pressure.
but that's what you're saying. Like that's what I was saying. A rumor. If you stayed enough and you start a rumor, and it's the same with freaking COVID and the flu. That's the point I'm trying to get to. If you tell enough
Oh, yeah.
people, COVID is bullshit.
Bullshit.
You got the common cold. Fuck off. That's it. Go to
Well,
bed.
I got to
Get
say,
some.
if you got the
Yeah.
vaccinate, you might have more than that now. But
Oh yeah.
that was. And see, and it's just like, but that's okay because I got to say, I'm hoping that there's stuff coming. I know everybody's all excited, and so they just want to shoot a drop right now. But I personally, any legal experiences I've ever had, the longer it takes, the more in depth. A lot of times it's going to be, and that's what you really want. You don't want no room for no little snake to weasel out. You want you. And so I'm hoping that they're building that shit because I know that between Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, hell, I want to say like Donald Trump Jr. Old Jr. is even in hardcore wants accountability for that shit.
Sorry, Gina. Yeah, sorry.
So we'll see.
She bangs. The way she moves.
When you hear shake your, well, knowing he's gay changes the life.
Yeah, it's a bomb song, whatever the fuck it was. I remember that. Oh my god. Oh, mate. Yeah, they're just, mate. They're just trying to control us, like the government, and what Trump's doing now is just it's freedom of thought, it's freedom of expression, and they brought in something here in Australia. It's called the E-Safety Commission.
Oh Lord.
With yeah.
Another commission because that'll fix what's wrong.
And no doubt, obviously.
That's what the U.S. likes to do. Hey, we'll make a committee on that. We'll make a commission on that. And then why it doesn't solve anything, it just makes government bigger.
And obviously, it's been funded, and paid for by
tax dollars.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're going down the road of Britain because this dickhead that nobody wanted in office to control what you can post and put online. So there's a lot of people upset, and there's a lot of people that, we're trying to get this fixed. But like I said, I don't want to.
Yes, Merkel. Have you ever been to Mexico, Rink?
I have not. No, I've been. The closest I got to Mexico was San Diego, and I actually did see people jumping over the border when I was there. I'm not even kidding. Seriously.
These are not the illegals you're looking for.
Yeah, I was down in San Diego. I think it was a Vans factory I went to. That was some years ago.
That's savage. I hear a guy sing "Shake Your Bon Bon." I think, how could he not be gay? I thought "Shake Your Bon Bon" was about making improvised munitions.
No, like I said before, I'd love to.
Look out.
Close.
Look out.
San
Says San
Diego's
Diego is on
honorary
here.
Mexico. Yeah, bug out. I'd love to move to the States, but in the current state with the instability and what's going on, I mean, Trump's only been in office for what, 6 months now? So I don't know how many days,
Yeah.
but it'll be 6 months, yeah. So with the instability, the children are growing up and left home. So we could sell everything off and this and that, and I'd hey, you going, Pilgrim? Hey.
What's up, Pilgrim?
I'd love to move over there and yeah, but the wife's not too keen on it because she's got a bit of family here, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell of a move.
I wanted to do it 20 years ago, but whatever. So whatever. Her grandmother, she's got her done. Who's like, I don't know what the fuck her diet is, but rank 1,000. I nearly
Didn't
used
she
her real
come? She
name.
came over here not long ago, didn't she?
Oh, I can't remember the
Or
last time she went there.
did she ever make that trip yet?
Oh, not one soon, but I'm sure she'll do one in a minute.
Oh, it's still one coming up.
Oh, I'm not sure, mate.
Because I
I'd have
thought there
to
was,
check with
but
her.
man, I lost time if that was like a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm not sure how many. I know that there was a trip that she was planning to come over because there was somebody that she was going to meet up with, what, in Arkansas or Alabama or
Oh, Alabama. Oh, that's Gypsy who was in the chat.
yeah.
Yeah. She's going to see her. And I'm like, oh, piss off then. I'll look after the dogs. Yeah, we just got to keep an eye on the dollar and everything.
Okay.
But she's looked, so she's looked into it and everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but anyway, I'd like to move there, like permanently. But yeah, the stage where the dollar, because your government's looking better. It's a bit concerning. I want to see who gets voted in after Trump. Because okay, that's the point that I was trying to make. We're only 6 months in of the 4 years.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping. I think next year is going to be a good year myself. I mean, that's hey, could be totally stupid, but
Yeah. Oh, he's achieved so much in the last 6 months.
what's up, Rabbit?
Oh God.
Yeah, I think next year is going to be a good year, and I think that if enough people, pretty much start to kind of come together and get the main point of, man, get rid of some of those people that are coming up, the following year, then that it'd do a senator and a representative change and try to shift it even more. Because man, if you can get the House and the Senate to actually codify the shit that he was wanting to do, then it's a done deal, and that is one of the important things. And then you just got to active American citizens. You just gotta participate. And that is what it is. That's my 2 cents. That's all, and all I can speak of is my plan. That's my plan. I plan on participating more often and getting my shit back in shape and getting in order and tend to my shit. And I think I said, "Hey, Rabbit." I'm not sure if I did or not. I meant to if I didn't. So, what's up, Rabbit? You can float the river, cave, swim with dolphins, try 7 different restaurants, go to culture shows, see ruins, get massages in the jungle.
I read that. I didn't understand a word of it.
Well, she was talking about going to Cancun in the previous post.
Oh, Cancun.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not a vacationing kind of person, so that wasn't my thing. Hell, the missus and my mom, they went on one of them cruises back in the day. Actually, been on a few of them, but that's not my thing. I ain't. Peace and quiet would be a good enough vacation for me.
Nah, my missus, Like, mate, I trust her, man. Hey, she's got a friend in Alabama, and they have what were they saying? What are they? Gypsy. I don't. She's probably gone to bed now. I don't know. If she's listening in the background, good on you. We laughed. What are they? Buckle bunnies? With the
Oh,
buckle bunnies, they got the big buckles on their.
they're tush. What is it?
Hey, can you shoot at the birds, mate? Because they're giving a lot of feedback.
No.
Okay, don't shoot at the birds. It was just a suggestion.
This helps.
Yeah, actually, Rummy wouldn't like that.
Did that help any?
Actually,
Can you still hear me?
no. Now listening to it, the birds sound actually beautiful. Very
Okay, so
tranquil.
you can't hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you. I wish you'd shut
Oh,
up so I could listen to the birds. No, I'm joking. I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
see, Bonnie said rescue if T's post is true, the government remember will be dismantled for treason and fraud because they all knew.
Damn dog.
Well, I mean, probably in the long run, I don't think it'll be,
What?
but I think it'll start. It'll start because I don't know. That's why, it's a typical glass is half full or half empty type thing. I see things and it's like, okay, this time last year, things were headed in a really bad direction. So now we're this year and we've altered course. So far it looks like we're intending to head in the right direction. We just have to see if we maintain course. That's kind of where I stand with it. It's just that's because man, you can just linger like, oh, what's it? It's like with Texas right now. My thing is I'm waiting to see. See, this is where we're going to see if the numbers will speak up and get Abbott to veto that bill, the hemp bill.
Hmm.
Because man, numbers are speaking up. But see, and that's just reaffirms more people need to participate. That's how it works.
Yeah,
The squeaky wheel does get the grease.
a lot of people sit out council meetings and they sit out voting and everything, and they think, don't worry, we'll be right. It doesn't matter. What my vote ain't going to mean shit. You know what I mean? They'll be right without me. You got to get in there. You got to vote for it. You got to fucking support your local and yeah.
Well, you just if you don't like the things that they're passing, that allow this, and this that you don't agree with, well, that's then you speak other people and you get the numbers behind you, and then that dude that voted that way would change perspective or you're replaced. I mean, it's I don't know. To me, it's a mind jacking to convince that it doesn't work. It's like people when they go that you're not voting your way out of this. Well, no, not as long as you keep doing the defeated attitude. But I know apparently voting matters because that's why not every area is the same. If voting didn't matter, then it would all look like California. So there's a reason
Yeah,
voting matters.
California, mate. You just used the perfect example right there. But you could have used New York, but yeah, California is probably the worst one. Yeah. Oh my god.
Even came with a trainer pin. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't think I don't know. It's like all the crap about Trump and all that. And Elon money making and man, you know what? Those people were making money before they got in there, and I don't think they're going to do shit that's going to collapse this country because I don't. That's it's like this is where they make their money as on a family level, So
Have you looked into it, Rescue? Have you looked into
what?
it? Trump's actually he's only agreed to the normal salary of what a government what they earn as president. And oh shit, I can't remember the number now. It's some stupid low number.
Well, he doesn't even take a pay. He donates it to the different
with
things, the
with all,
veterans.
with all his rallies and everything, he's actually losing money. But then he's got golf courses all around the world, and mate, so he's
Well, yeah,
making money.
his family dynasty
Mm.
makes money. He signed out. That's why his kids run that. That's a family built deal. He stepped away. His name is still, yeah, you could call it part of the brand because it's still he's still alive. But
Mm.
it's like he's putting two more flagpoles up there at the White House, and he's paying for it.
Yeah.
They're remodeling another place that needs remodeling, and he's paying for it. I mean, so it's and people they'll start bitching. Oh yeah, he's probably whatever, man.
Hmm.
Because it's
Not a
like you
lot I can
literally
do
just
about
watched
that.
somebody that desecrated the whole system we had in place for the last 4 years. It's just totally like in your face, upside down, we're ass backwards. Granted, I know shit's been going on for a long time per se, but and then here it is, a little bit of a change, and that's what drives me. That's what gets me sometimes. Actually, that's you just got to step back because people can't get away from that. It's like no, there's still got to be negative, man. It's got to be bad.
Why? I can't understand why these people hate him.
Oh, because that's what people were see, we talk about
Why?
mainstream media. No, I don't watch mainstream media, but it's in the channels, it's on social media. They knew what they were doing. And back in 16, when that dude was fixing to step into their little backroom conversations and they didn't like that shit, that's why every one of them that used to shake his hand flipped script on him. And the whole story went behind it. You still got people that'll talk about the Russia collusion thing, regardless of the fact that it's been proven and shown to be bought and paid for by Clinton's and the Democrat Party. But it's just because it's there, man. It's been put out in the channels. It's been put out in social media, put out on all the media, the report, all this shit. The papers say this. So now it's programmed in, dude. TDS is a legitimate thing, I gotta say.
One quote, a quote from Jasmine Crockett, that the African American black ghetto congresswoman, and she said, yeah, she said, if I remember correctly, she goes, the whole world hates Trump and would rather Biden. Can I tell you from an Australian perspective? False. There is no way we would take Joe Biden over Trump. Jasmine Crockett.
Hey, it's funny because I can tell now that you actually listen to her 10 times longer than I do. The minute the screen goes to her and anything, because dude, yeah, she's actually, there you go. And how many people follow her and they listen to her and they think she's legit, but she's total fake. Talk about the actors. I mean, she's legitimate. She's from Dallas, but she's one of those spoiled rich kids that went to college, talked clear English, and then now all of a sudden you get all this hood talk shit, and she's playing a role. What's up, Scat Pack?
Hey, Scat Pack. What I was going to say, Rescue, is a lot of
pretty much, Rabbit.
We've had this conversation before, and I've stated this to everyone in chat before. If you don't understand, I'm Australian, and I follow American politics rather closely because a lot of overflow of what happens in America, like obviously with all the tariffs and everything that's going to affect stuff, the steel, and then we got meat going up to China, a lot of our beef and this and that and the other. So it affects. So what happens in your country? People don't understand. Everybody lives in this little bubble and they just think, my country's fine. I just go to work. I shut up. I'll pay $100 for a good slice of beef. You're an idiot. Trump doesn't want you guys paying big money for steak that's homegrown. Why are you importing shit from other countries when you can get it there in your own country and you pay less? If you want your product in your people don't understand tariffs. They don't get it.
Where did it block? The last thing I saw up there was you said something about he's our asshole.
I'm happy to be the asshole. Trump's a
And
legend.
report. So I don't know. Well, no, Rabbit said something about how YouTube ain't liking her comments today, and I was trying to figure out what it was.
Who's?
My son went into the active reserves now because of Trump. Oh, well,
Awesome.
thank you, Rabbit. I mean, I appreciate that.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, the
Tell him
highest
thank you.
recruiting. Apparently, they're overloaded as well. The highest recruitment that they've had in I can't remember how many years. It's ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
So it hit a bunch of comments?
Mate, Trump is loved around the world. Do you see that guy in China? Trump number one. Trump number one. Fuck China. Fuck
Good
China.
talk lets you know a politician can relate to the masses. Yeah. She knows how to play the victim card to make her little power status get a little bit more. Bonnie said, I'm just saying T gave the power back to the people in 16 to govern, rule, and sovereign, his words. Not by voting, but by forming and assembled.
Access Humbo, yeah. What? Did you read what Access Humbo read? Yeah.
To the Aussie, your tariffs will be affected by your leader's tariffs on us.
He's not my leader. He's a scumbag. I didn't vote for that fucking maggot. Once he's done with all the other countries, Trump's coming to Australia and he's going to go, hey, Albanese, you better pull your fucking head in, you idiot.
Oh my God, dude, that might send strokes across the world if he like went to England and somehow became the head dude in Europe or some shit, or yeah, they'd be tripping. Be like, oh my God.
You know, you guys, you own one of the biggest radar sites in Western Australia, the US. Oh, I forgot the fucking
that we have one of the largest radar stations.
Yeah, in Western Australia.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Mm.
Strategic, it makes sense.
Yeah, good luck getting there, mate.
AOC for Texas governor. Oh, he just, you can always tell when he's been sniffing the monkey juice over there when he's at work, because he starts spitting out things like that are full Riri. And we all know you don't ever go full Riri. And let's see. So what was it again? It was back to the people, rule and sovereign, his words, not by voting. See, I don't. Well, that's our system, so I don't know. You'd have to, I guess, email me the link to his speech when he said that, because the voting is part of our system, and it's like the electoral votes is what keeps things somewhat balanced. Just otherwise, small areas would get overwhelmed by major areas. Americans do realize how tariffs will affect us.
I'm going to end up on a fucking watch list.
AOC is going to be Arkansas's governor. Inauguration in 16? Hell, I got the video of that. I don't remember that. I know he said he were going to give it back to the people. I guess maybe it's the way it gets, there is the Q thing, so people can take things and make it seem. I didn't get that. I never began to make that connection. It was giving it back to the way we're supposed to be voting. It's the Constitution spits out just here's what the government, and then it goes to the states. States need to be more self-sufficient and self-reliant. And that goes down inside the states, so it's giving it back to the people. And instead, in 16, everybody just said, wow, check it out. My check's got a little bit bigger, and this is cool. All right. And nobody really showed up, And so then all of a sudden it became Trump's fault. He said he was going to clean the swamp. It's like, oh, I know. Just look at the wave of people that just stepped up to back him up. And so now here we are. We'll see what happens. No, I didn't say you were into Q. I'm just talking about as far as Because like, see, I mean, I got the video. Hell, I'll play it one day. I think I can. I don't know. That might be another smack, but oh well, it's worth it. It was a good one. I got to say that's the reason why I voted in 2020. Hell, that's why it was 16, and listening to that speech is what actually go. I wonder, I wonder if I can vote if it's been long enough now. And then I looked into it and found out I could. Because oh man, I totally dug the speech.
You there, mate?
Huh?
It's I found it. Naval Communications cool. Naval Communications Station Harold E. Holt is a joint United States. It's a joint Australian and United States naval communication station located north of Western Australia, 6 kilometres, 4.1 miles north of the town of Exmouth, Western Australia. Yeah, you
What,
can't
did it
even
block another one, Rabbit? Did it block that one? Did you have to show that one there where it says it's all just a circus? Did they block that one too?
So it's a naval base.
Well, it's a U.S. base.
Yeah, but it's protected. The funny thing is, it's protected by Australian security. Like, yeah, I don't get it. There was some YouTuber that tried to get in there one time, and they all got arrested. But he left his phone on recording the whole fucking thing. It was pretty funny. But then this is a shit thing I'm going to tell you that I found out some time ago. Sorry, I'm researching. I can't find that. But the Australian government, the idiots, sold off an airstrip not far from it for $100.
Found what for $100?
An airstrip, a full-on airstrip where they can land planes to China
For $100.
for $100, mate, because they just thought, yeah, it's in the desert, it's an airstrip. There you go, you can have it. If anybody wants to Google it, go look for it. It's fucking there.
So who bought it?
Hang on. I'll try and, you know what?
You got $100? You ain't got $100?
Hang on. I'll try and send a link. Yeah, well, if I'd known it was for sale, I would have bought it myself, but I don't own a plane or have a flying fucking pilot's license, do I? Sorry, mate.
Bring it down a little bit. I can try to see the chat.
China buys airstrip, Western Australia. Chinese linked company leases Cockatoo Island and remote island. Yeah, this could be the wrong one.
I can see having some places, Rabbit, because strategic and hey man, the bigger you can kind of make your perimeter, then the better it is for you. But we just, oh yeah, man, all this other bullshit, dude, everything in the Middle East, and we get involved in all the political turmoil because it makes money. It's generating, it's kind of like you create the battle zone so that you can then feed them. Through all the different levels of it, so it's just creating. I'm hopefully this starts to come down, and I don't know. That'll be the nice thing. Get most of all our troops. No combat scenarios. We shouldn't even be in any combat scenarios. If we need to take somebody out, then just go do it, and then say you did it afterwards.
Okay, found it.
Go back and come home.
I'm sorry to bring this up, but okay, so it's not far from where you guys have the American base in Western Australia. All right. I'll read the start, and if anybody wants to Google it, go hard. I haven't been reading chat because I've been trying to find this. All right.
What?
So, China Southern Airlines purchased China.
Right.
Southern Airlines purchased the Merredin Airport from the Shire of Merredin for $1 in 1990. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they probably personally gave him like 10 million or something, but
in 1995, they spent more than $1 million upgrading the airstrip as part of the training college as well as public transport. They travelled in Chinese tourists as a private airport for Chinese tourists. So those motherfuckers don't even have to go through customs.
well, no, that's like with us. That's why they were using Ecuador
What the
down there, because you
fuck?
could land in Ecuador. You don't need a passport. You don't need nothing. You just hit the shore and then you start on that trail. And they were up there trying to even help build the road. So they're into it, man. They have a world domination plan. You can actually look that up. It's in their whole little Chinese thing. You know, they got this plan.
That's fucked. That is not cool, man.
What do they call that, Rabbit? The 300-year plan, or bug out? Bushido would know too. I think it's called like the 300-year plan or some shit.
Yeah, they're buying up everything. Fuck it, we're all fucked. Yeah, they're just going to drop the hammer at one day. They're going to.
Well, they just want access to everything. It's just like, dude, all the stuff that gets imported from there, you know, and I don't know. I'm glad the tariffs. I'm glad, man. You know what? If you got to starve a little bit, then tighten up. You know, best tip for anybody then is take a screwdriver and poke you another hole in your belt. You know, and then we can kind of come back to where we actually are doing some self-sufficient shit here. We don't need to be shipping off our food products and then getting something else in its place. That makes no sense. Something like that. Yeah, I thought because there's I just know that they got a plan. So you know, you always keep them at the arm's distance. They got a good foothold and that's one thing Trump did when he came in 2016 was he called them out on that. Up until then, see, everybody was treating them like what did they call that? And not unincorporated, or was it?
Dang.
An unincorporated country or something like that, because they were getting treated like they were just, oh yeah, we were just poor little country. Meanwhile, everybody just started relying on them, and he's the one that called them out, going, no, that's bullshit. Is me putting my.
I don't know if I copied the right thing.
What's up, Canadian? My northern brother from another mother. What's up, bud?
I don't know if I copied the right thing.
I don't want the glare to get y'all.
So you might get porn. I don't know.
No. What are you trying to show?
Oh, it's just news. If anybody wants to read it about the airstrip bought for $1. I'm sorry, I was still reading. It's only a lease, but still, that's
it's the Daily Mail.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to
read it, that was so trippy to me. I couldn't shop there at all.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh no! Look, if I get right here, it's like I got horns.
Yeah.
Oh no! Sorry. This could be a sign. This is like, oh my gosh! I knew it about Rescue. He's an asshole. Look, he's got devil horns. Ah! I know.
I was going down the rabbit hole about that bloody airstrip. Sorry. I'm sorry. I kind of disengaged from the chat and everything else and was just reading. Like, I lost it.
Let's see, what am I at? I'm at 30% battery and I've been 3 hours.
You got to do what I'm doing, mate. I got 2 screens and a tablet.
No, I got things to do outside.
Oh, I gotta mow. Damn it. Thanks for reminding me I don't have a life.
Got to get these limbs picked up. And then mow. I still got, man, that just knocked a bunch of more limbs down over there. I didn't even get the other batch cleaned up. I'm going to have to focus on that. But I just do it one day at a time, just moving forward.
Who am I going to talk to after you shut your stream down? I'm going to be so lonely.
Well, Kiss Off's there. Y'all go live. Kiss Off will come and talk with you.
Kiss Off never goes live. Oh, what? So it would just be me speaking in chat and then Kiss Off would be in my live?
No, she can't go live. You would have to go live, and then she would just have to come to yours.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So I'll just be speaking to her chat. And then it'll be like, hey, Kiss Off, what are you wearing? Meow.
Wild Dragon says I need to put a boom box in my wagon.
A boom box?
We all look at things exactly the same. I would be worried we've been indoctrinated. Yeah, I can see that aspect. I kind of already wonder sometimes because you just there is a duplication of stuff. It just you kind of go click and click, and you kind of catch this similarities. Not nothing like the whole Sinclair Army, like the media thing where they literally were the script, but because you would think that everybody's life would be different, so that it would be individual. You
make a good point. You make a good point there, eh? We're already indoctrinated. They've already started it. Like with the ideology, you've got to have children, own a home, and have a job. Where you get those 0.1% people. They're like, no, I want to live off the grid. I want to live in the bush. I don't want to pay taxes and fuck off. I want to live off the land. And then the government comes in and goes, no, you can't do that. You can't. You have to pay tax. If you're going to be alive, you need to pay tax.
Sure. I'm not much of a tax person because I get the tax argument, but once again, it's a partial way. So, okay, how many people? Because I don't know about every areas. I know here, like we vote our tax assessor in. So, like that person's part of this community that gets there. We're not a big community, so that's my perspective. Comes from, okay, why don't you say anything about your taxes? But see, then again, then you get the no voting, not participating. And it's like, well, when you don't participate, you're going to get steamrolled. That's just the way it works. Because somebody else is playing.
Have you ever had that census bullshit?
Oh, yeah. I don't really agree with all that because it used to sound, I used to think, because just hearing the word census, it's like, oh, okay, whatever, I guess you're polling. Well, then you find out that, oh, no, it applies to anybody that answered the door. It's not like you're actually an American citizen. It's just you knocked on the door and this person answered, hey, look at there, you're part of it. And it's like, well, wait a minute.
Mate.
You take areas, the math can change the dynamics of areas.
Mate.
And that's what I've noticed.
I got a phone call. Oh, fuck. I'm pissed. And I'm like, why me? I went to my neighbour. I go, are you part of this? And they were like, no. And I'm like, that after the first, some of the questions that they asked were just so intrusive.
Huh. Yeah, see, now this one over here, no, that just, it's the annual income, how many people in the house.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's none of your business.
For us over here, what it is, it pertains to the redistricting of areas. So if you have a county like my county, 50,000 people, and so we get, a representative seat is connected to our district. And so, but if you came in here and you put 20,000 here and you count them in the census, well, then all of a sudden we get looked at like we're a 75,000 population county, and it changes the dynamics. And so all of a sudden you lose your say.
Yeah. Good way to stitch up votes. Yeah.
Well, and that's where that's why all he can really do is he can make it illegal, and he can make it where for federal elections you have to show an ID and stuff. But it's going to be up to the people in the states to vote that in for their state that they require, ID to vote. Otherwise, it's like a California. I mean, they just you get a Gavin Newsom, and I
Oh
don't.
God.
I think some places might be far enough. I don't know what ends up changing it. I don't, because it is when you look at our country and the way we're founded, it's really a state deal, man. So I mean, we're just supposed to be a union of states. So the state's supposed to be tending to business. So you can only kind of look at the federal government so much. That's what they want to change. Now they would love to just have the federal government run everything, but putting things back in perspective, and you're removing all this stuff from the government's, the Fed side, and it's going to go back down to the states. Well, if you have enough people in that state not participating, there's going to be enough that do. And it's just like the easy enough I know the way to say it is if you've got 50,000 registered voters in this area, but yet 20,000 of them have decided that it's not worth their time, they're not doing it, I don't care, for whatever reason, that now becomes 20,000 active numbers that can be used. So when these other 30,000 people show up and they vote and then they go, hey, how come the majority of us are, nope, look, 20,000 other people voted this way, so that's that. And it's like, well, wait, what? And see, and they can make those fit where they want because those people didn't show up. So when you don't show up and you don't participate, your shit didn't disappear. You just refused to play the card, but it stayed on the table. Somebody else is going to use that card.
100%.
And so that's the real chore, is going to get the states to participate.
How's this for a census, right? Here in Australia, you're 100% right there, Rescue. The census here, I didn't have someone coming to my door. The guy, hang on, he did come to my door once. They rang me the first time, and I was like, what the fuck? I ain't telling you how much I earn. I'm not telling you what the fuck I do. It's none of your fucking business. I said, I don't know you. And they told me, every day that you don't answer the questions, we're going to fine you $3,000 a day. And I was like, where'd you come up with that figure? And I said, why would you think I've got that kind of money? I'm like, fuck you. $3,000 a day for not committing to it? So I went, all right, no worries. So I said, I don't earn anything. I said, I'm unemployed. I don't have a job. Right? And I was just so, right? And I was just like, fuck. And he goes, well, how many people live there and this and that? And I'm just like, mate, none of your business. I'm not disclosing anybody's information. Now, my wife did speak to them at one point. They said, we'll ring you back in 3 months. So the census here, they don't come to your door. They don't come to your door. They ring you periodically, like every 3 months. And I said, how long? So I just picked up the phone like 3 months later, and it's the same idiot. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, I've got to visit your house. I'm like, no, you don't. And he tried coming into my house. Lucky he got the dogs. He wasn't getting in. I just stood in the driveway and just stared at the cunt and had a cigarette and just went, yeah. Good luck getting in, mate. You're not coming in. And he goes, well, I can write you down for failure to comply. I said, I'm complying. You just can't get in the house. Sorry. I said, my dogs live here. You don't. Fuck off. He rings back another time. You know what I said? Sorry if I upset some of the girls. He goes, how many people, how much does your wife earn? I said, thousands. I said, she's a hooker. I said, and she doesn't pay tax on it. And I said, there's like about 40 people. We're having a swingers party right now. I said, do you want to come over now? I said, knock yourself out, man. We could probably use another swinging dick. I haven't heard a phone call from him again since.
Damn. There you go. That's one way to do it. Lonnie said then it's being ruined by AI. Elon, Central Texas, building Stargate in Abilene, data centers everywhere. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'd go to work and in what do they call it? Starbase.
Rescue
I think it's Starbase City. Because man, I got no problem, but I don't feel threatened by the AI. I think it's because
$3,000
it's
a day,
another
man.
what.
$3,000 a day. $3,000 a day if you don't
Dude, you
comply.
live in Australia. Y'all do some weird shit.
$3,000 a day if you don't comply. Now that is bullshit.
So then, how many people are aware of that, and how many people want to change it, and how much has really tried to even change that? See what I'm saying? Everybody
Oh,
gets
mate.
mad, but then nobody wants to will do anything, and so they grows because the criminals are going to be criminals.
Oh, I fucking gave it to him. Don't worry, mate. That's only half of what I told him, mate. Don't worry. I fucking you
But
know what
see,
I'm like.
I try to change that. That makes
Uh,
no sense.
yeah. I don't want you to do it
But
on
that's what they tried to
on
do
your
with the
screen, but
insurance here when with Obamacare. It's like, well,
oh,
if you can't afford to get your own insurance, then we're gonna charge you this, and we're gonna fine you more than the insurance is. And it's like, well, how does that make sense? If I can't afford the insurance at this price, but you're gonna fine me more than that price, but they just try to intimidate people.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
again, down over here, it didn't last. So
Because well, that's part of the point I was trying to get back to. They're trying to bankrupt everybody so that you owe money to the government, and they keep you. You're in their pocket.
well, are
You're
so
stuck
do
owing
bad
money
people
to
just
them.
miraculously start
Yeah.
doing good shit? I mean, think about that. Do bad people just like up and start doing good? Nope. It has to be people got to speak up. They got to change it.
They're creating more problems, man. I'm sorry. We're going to see more drama,
That's
and
why
it's going
you
to be
got to
more
change
good.
it. That's why you can't just
Yeah.
let it sit idle. It just keeps perpetuating more. That's how we got so bad and ended up with people like the whole where we're at now. It's because we enjoyed the fluffiness of everything that was provided to us. And so we really stopped paying attention until it became so obvious in front of our faces how we were just got jacked. And it's like, and then now it's easier just to point a general finger in one direction instead of kind of going, oh, yes, I guess I need to participate because then there's that self accountability. And that's not a welcome thing to say. Hey, TJ, afternoon, and it is a beautiful day.
TJ, g'day from
I hope
Australia.
all is well up there. You
Was
just
it?
people gotta participate more, man. That's this. But then again, like I said, and I read a book, and this book talks about it. Really, is not going to get any better. It just gets worse, actually. So then you kind of go, oh, well, just do what I can do. And so all I can do is say it, and then that's it. I don't harp on it. I ain't griping at nobody. Do you, boo? And
Yeah. I love when you
yeah.
say that. I'll say that to the missus a few times. I stole it off you. You do you, boo. It's the straight up
So does
rescue line,
DOD
eh?
have our best interest at heart? What, the Department of Defense?
You
I
do
think it's
you,
headed in a
boo.
good direction right now with Hegseth. I mean, I personally, so far, he hasn't given me any reason not to kind of support. You know, that's kind of the way I view it. I know that it kind of cracks me up when I see them attack him and stuff because it just, from the pattern of what they've shown, when people start getting attacked, they're doing something. You
Hmm.
know, they're doing something right that they don't like, and that's why they're feeling an overwhelming need to attack them. It's kind of like the Elon Trump. Trump was friends with him until he won in 16. Elon, he's their electric car guy until he says, well, wait a minute, y'all are batshit crazy. And he's kind of wants to make sure America is a great country again. And I'm on board. You're bad. And then it's just all this bad shit, and it's just, I don't know. And it's funny because, yes, while he is like the richest man in the world, he's successful and he has those key things. But, dude, there's other people that have invented shit, The Lucky Palmer dude, you know, he's just now getting out on interviews. People didn't even know who the hell he was. And hell, that dude makes damn drone F-35s and shit. I mean, that's
Do
some,
you, do you know Elon? I looked at stats and read it the other day that Elon's actually fixing to become the first trillionaire in America. The
it could be.
trillionaire, not
Dude,
billionaire,
he's redone the
trillionaire.
engines and stuff. So there's other companies that use his
Yeah,
products. I mean, he's redesigned engines and stuff, and people will go, "Oh, he hasn't designed anything." Yeah, he really did. You know, it's just like he really did found PayPal. He really did build a game back in the day, sold that, and then did the PayPal, sold it. I mean, he isn't just a one night wonder. He's one of those guys.
Do
And
you know how
you
we?
know, it's funny because whenever I was growing up, man, those people were like, you know, looked up to. They were like, yes, you know, they were respected, you could say, because of that. And now it's like, shit, no, man. The minute you get successful, then all them people right here that you got over success, they're fixing to trash you. And then I just don't understand why. Hell, be proud of somebody, man. They're inventing something. It's like the Neuralink. Yeah, you can look at all the bad shit. They're gonna, oh man, look at the Matrix. And but then I don't know. I watch the interviews of these people that are excited for doing it because they can't have these functions. It's like the dude that just got one is now actually hold a conversation with his wife and kids. You
Oh,
know,
I saw that.
that's, you know, so that's kind of a cool thing. I mean, it's not something I would do, but my God, the world's full of a bunch of shit I don't do that plenty of millions of people do. So
Yeah, he could
I
be a
just don't.
self. Yeah, he
I
could
don't
be a
know. To me,
self.
it's like the gun argument.
Yeah.
That's I look at a lot of that as the gun argument. You know, just like they do with guns, they always paint the gun that did the action, but it's not the person. Well, Neuralink could be bad. It depends on the person using it. You know, the AI could be bad. Depends on who's programming it. It could be good. You know, we've been using artificial intelligence for decades. Actually, it's just that it's getting now into the robotic side of things. So now it's becoming more predominant, more conversational. But like we've been having car parts stamped by automation for decades, you know, because it's AI really gets its power on who sets the terms, what it's going to learn from. It's kind of like,
He-
how well do you think a kid's going to, you have, here's the library of all the pornography that's been produced since the very first piece. That's the library. Here's the Library of Congress. And here's like, I don't know, just whatever big ass, you know, the Alexandria Library, but all the knowledge. You really think that all three of them kids are fixing to come out and see things common? Nope. This dude coming out to the porn college ain't gonna know shit, and that's so it changes.
What I was going to go back to what you were just saying earlier about Elon Musk. He's got all that money, and he's not a self-centered. He's
The
not a
bird.
self. He's not a self-centered asshole who thinks about himself. The fact that he's tried to help people with neurological damage and spinal injuries, and tried to use his money to better people and help people grow and better people. That says something. Look at Jeff Bezos and all these other idiots that have money. What have they done? Nothing. Not a thing.
Well, yeah, they made America lazier because now you don't even have to get up. You don't have to
Exactly.
participate at all. You shut down a bunch of small mom and pop stores. I'll tell you, I'm floored, man. There's actually people that order groceries. They order their supper, and there's a person that they don't have a clue who it is, pulls in their driveway and walks up to their door and hands them their supper. Or or they have them take those groceries and go put them in their kitchen. And it's like, I, I'm sorry, how did we get here again? You know, maybe this is the whole, and then I get where people can do, man. Yeah, I guarantee you, if I did a shroom, I'd probably be lost in the matrix too. Then at that point, because it's like, yeah, none of this makes any sense, dude. So there's no pride in getting up and actually doing something like that means something. Like you know, I don't know. I'll get into one of my gripe sessions again because I just for
Go.
men,
Hey,
it's
go
like how
hard.
does a man, if you're a man, if you're of the male species, doesn't it feel good to like do something and succeed in it, like take care of somebody? Like, did people get so frigid and so corn up their ass that you can't be empathetic to somebody and like be the helping hand and be the person they can lean on? Men should be standing up. Men should be leading. You know, I don't know. I'll get off on that tangent again.
Bring
It's
back the 50s
man, we need men to be
when you could
men.
buy
Go
a
out here,
house.
build shit, think of stuff, think of a better way to do that, improve on that by hands on, you know, build a building, build a structure, put something that, you know, leave something here by building something. participate.
Why does
Oh.
it look like I'm smiling with a missing tooth and I don't?
What am I at? I'm at 23%.
Fucking moustache.
A lot of people don't have the ability to get groceries themselves. How did we get there? Hell, we didn't have as many stores around us 50 years ago, and nobody got your groceries. Now we have more stores around us, and then there's people that can't. How did that break all down? How did that break down? You know, it just that's what I question. I mean, how did that break down, dude? We literally 50 years ago,
That's
self-sufficient
what
running
I'm saying,
country.
back in the 50s. That Sears catalogue, that beautiful kiss off bought me. I looked at that the other day, actually. I ain't gonna lie, and I was gobsmacked. It's a thick book.
Well, the 50s, yeah, the 50s would be good. 60s, 70s. I think
Yeah, 60s. Yeah.
I just know in the last 50 years, dude,
The races and
I
things.
don't see the men I grew up with walking around. I don't see the men when I go. If I sit with her and I watch the people going in the store, I don't see the type of men that I grew up seeing as a kid, and so that concerns me. And then you can hear how disconnected people are, how unempathetic, you know.
Mm.
And I think that's where the whole feed that all the people overseas, I think that's where that probably gets most of its drive from. Cause then it's kind of like you can meet both sides. It's like, I don't really want to talk to my neighbor, but I feel like I ought to be helping. Oh, wait, look, Jerry Fakewell here wants me to send him money. Oh, Joel Osteen wants money. Oh, here's dipshit Bother wants me to feed the kid over in Ethiopia. Yeah, here's my money. Look, I did the good thing. And it's like, did you really?
Oh,
Did you check on your neighbor that was right next door? But see, this is how I grew up, and the way we would lived around here. That's the way it was. It's like around here, you're gonna go into town 20 miles down the road. Well, most of the time people would go, "Hey, are you going in town?" "Yep, going in town." "Hey, would you grab me some this and this?" And now it's a total disconnect, and I don't see. I mean, I guess you can pick and grab something to go, and if somebody explained it to me, but I'd like to know, where did that break apart? Where
well,
did that part of the societal fabric just start to break apart?
rescue, as I was
Hey, Miss
saying
Lisa.
earlier. Rescue, as I was saying. Hey, Carl, how you going, mate? As I was saying earlier, one of the reasons, like I said, I haven't moved stateside as well is my wife's family. She's got her nan who lives like 10 minutes away. Her family are just waiting
What's
for
up,
her to
Carl?
die. All right. Her family are just waiting for her to die. She's 91 now, I think she is, if I remember correctly. And Renee rings her all the time. And do you need bread? Do you need milk? And this and that and the other all the time. Always checking on her and yada yada. Because she's only around the corner. And none of all the rest of the family are just waiting for her to die. They feel like she's a burden because she's in her 90s. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You
See,
idiots.
I don't understand where the disconnect comes from.
And
It blows my
oh
mind.
shit, I nearly dropped her real name then. But yeah, Rank 1000. She goes around there once a month, and I'm like, yeah, go. She'll go around there, and if anybody knows the game Rummy King, I don't know it. And they have like a game day where they play board games and yeah, my wife will bring lunch to her nan and everything, and they,
That's cool.
like treat her with respect. Yeah, they have a game day where she'll put aside. So if other family members who rarely ring her and go, and she'll be like, no, got my granddaughter coming over. You're not coming over. It's our date, you know. But another thing too, what I was going to say, I'm going on one of my little rants with my children when I take them to the shops and they go, "Oh, can I buy a chocolate?" and they, "Oh, can I have $5?" and I'd make them go, "Say thank you." They'd be like, "What?" Okay, you didn't say thank you. Go say thank you, because a please or a thank you, simple manners does not cost you a cent. It's free. And I've noticed no one does that nowadays. Where's your pleases or your thank yous? Manners has gone out the window. Parents aren't teaching their children please and thank yous nowadays. It's free. Hello, it's respect.
Well, it's not
Thank you.
shown or it's not backed up by anything. Look at all your TV shows, all the intake, all the stuff out there doesn't show that. They showed
No,
actually just the opposite. They show that, like, oh, look, being disrespectful is even more fun. Like, this
yeah,
is more, get more of a, yeah, it's what's, it's,
that's a really good point, Rescue. You know, no, I agree. They make a lot of shows and stupid shit nowadays look like rebellious. Like, oh, being rebellious is the bigger kick, and you're gonna, oh, you're gonna get a little, woo, aphrodisiac out of it, whatever you get a kick out of it. But
well,
mate,
that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
oh, scary.
And I saw it a long time ago. I didn't realize then it would have such a big impact because I figured surely, I mean, people see this. So there's the guardrails, there's little buffers. This is just, oh no, man, it is. It just kind of took off because you would see just some of just crazy shit. And it was kids mimicking the shows, but the shows were getting a little bit more retarded. So then the kids were kind of mimicking
Oh,
the retarded side, and you start seeing that more and more. Well, then those kids grew up and had kids, so now that's actually funny and that's encouraged. So now you end up with that level, and it's like, oh shit, see, dude, I don't know.
well, see, that's another thing. Like, I wish I know there's a lot of older people in the crowd, and I hate to make it morbid. I wish I could stay alive for another 60 years because I would love to see the generation that's going to come around of all these dirty ass chicks with these like grandmas and granddads with all these stupid tattoos, like neck tattoos and piercings and all that crap. Like, there's going to be a whole generation of them because there are so many 20, 30-year-olds doing it now. Their
I don't really.
futures, their futures are going to be so bleak. Like, mate, your body's only going to look so good for so long until you get wrecked by so many dicks and you won't be able to get another job.
Oh man, that's what gets me about the promotion of like the OnlyFans, and that becomes a goal.
Oh,
You know
God.
that ought to
Mm,
be a tell. That's a real man. That ought to be a good smack for everybody
mm.
everywhere because the minute that type of thing becomes the
Rising.
goal, like this is what you have young people look forward to trying to be is one on that number one want to be what man that you know that's and maybe that's where the book talks about things are going to get a whole lot worse.
I read a story. Oh, actually, it's some time ago now. It was probably a couple of months ago. I read a news article that an OnlyFans girl, she was she found out that her highest paying customer who subscribed to her OnlyFans, I think it was Isaac Butterfield, actually, an Australian comedian who posted it. She found out her number one subscriber was her stepdad.
Damn. See, I just man,
I don't
and
know who's
I
worse. Who's worse, him or her?
oh well, that's man, it's going to mix because that's when that becomes then the social entertainment for the
Oh, that's
customer base,
disgusting.
and that customer
Yeah.
base is out walking them in the streets and
Mm.
interacting with their jobs and their day to day. And I think that's why you start hearing more of the pedophile type shit, and start hearing more about this stuff happening. It's because you're mentally brainjacking people. You're pulling them into the world of depravity, and this is the
Yeah.
result from it because that dude used to just dip fries down at the burger place, but he's been kind of getting really involved with this, and so this became his focus. Well, that chick now kicked him to the curb, or her channel, she changed channels, or whatever the thing was, and then now that kid's got a fetish. Well, what's he going to do with that fetish? Is that the kid that
It's
beats up
gonna,
your daughter on a date? Is that the dude
yeah.
that, I mean, that's where the thinking goes off the rails. We don't look at the long term effect of all this little
I was
grandiose
never exposed.
fun for the minute. Yeah,
I was never exposed to that. I don't care for it. I think
yeah. See,
it's such degeneracy, and I am genuinely rescue. I am genuinely scared for our youth. Like porn. I agree. It should be taken off the internet. Like, get rid of it. Like, unless the very like it's no, it's too easily accessible. It's
oh
rotting
man,
kids' brains.
it is. It's just, and and see, and I got no problem with those checks and balances because they used to be there, and I don't know how we lost sight of that. Shit, dude, I can remember being a kid, man. You'd have to, if you were going to go look at the Hustler book, it was on that
Oh,
magazine
look
rack
at the
in that store, and it
magazine.
was wrapped in plastic, and you'd be like, man, there's got, I
Yeah.
know there's one open, and you'd be looking, and that dude be watching too, and you had to wait for him to tend to somebody, and you could grab one and maybe go down by the sodas, and he'd be going, oh, and then you'd hear some holler, and he'd be like, oh, yeah, put it back. I mean, you get busted or whatever, but it wasn't like, oh no, here you can just stare at this. I don't think they should allow the cell phones in schools, but then again, I think schools need to get their shit together and go back to teaching basic education, protect the kids, set up the perimeter, have first aid, medical provided. You have security all around. Now you teach the kids basic education stuff. Not don't spin your narrative.
Yeah, learn how to do cursor and fucking math. And I agree. There's a few good schools here in Australia that they have lock bags. When you go into school, you have to drop your phone in a bag and they'll lock and seal it with your name on it, and you're not allowed to get it back until you leave school.
See, and that's cool. As long as they, now I will say, I now heard of this lady, this parent, whose kid got busted with his phone. So they picked the phone up, took it from him, and then she apparently had to pay $15 through Cash App to get it back. Now, see, that's where we have an issue.
Wait, what?
No, yeah, and it's like, no, that's not what we're going to do with that. See, because
Fuck
my
off.
tax dollars that I already paid are part of the school taxes, which means paying into this, setting this up. So nowhere in that does say that you're going to take. Now, granted, you can correct him and take the phone till after school's over, but then you're going to give it back. It is what it is, and I'm not paying you $15 for it.
Oh, you just reminded me of something cool. Anyway, what Gemma said, yeah, what happened to parental responsibility? You're
Oh yeah,
100% right. But did you see the one where the parent confiscated the iPhone off a kid over in I can't remember what city it was over in the States. Shit, I think it might have been Detroit. I can't recall. If anybody wants to Google and find the link, post it up. So this parent confiscated a phone, an iPhone off a kid, but the parents had the Find My Phone app on it, so you could locate the phone. And the fucking bitch took it home with her, and she wanted to keep it. The teacher, she thought she could
damn.
steal it. Yeah. And so the mum was like to the school going, hey, can I get my son's phone back? Like, what's going on? Where's my son's phone? And the school was like, we don't know where it is. We don't know where it is. So she called the cops, and then they ended up going to the teacher's house. And she had to produce it, and they go, hey, look, we got the app, Find My Phone. We know it's in your house. You better give it to us right now. It's
That's
an old
happened
one.
around here with some laptops.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, well, that's funny because now the laptop's not here; it's now at your residence. It's like,
Yeah, tag his shit.
well, and see it, but you just like, how do we get there? You look at some of those states, California, dude, they passed some laws that are just wow, man, wow, and you just kind of like, whoa. The what is it? I don't know. Is that Washington or Oregon? where it's like now they can dictate if it's declared a pandemic, then they get to tell you what to do. I think it was Washington that passed that.
I got to
And
pay
it's
and
like,
grab
hold them
another
up.
beer.
Say what? But see, to me, that's they're just if you don't they don't feel like they have a say there, and so they don't nobody. It's illusion. I don't know what I don't know the teeters are, so I'm not saying this like some big solutionist. I don't know, man. That's why you wonder if some of them are gone so far that it's like you move out and wait for it to implode, and it's like, okay, now that everybody's done with the batshit crazy stuff, we can go back to normal. Okay, now I don't know. I don't know how that works. I mean, we've never been there until now. Some teachers are totally out of control. Obviously, that's yeah. Well, it's the union thing, and then that's been taken over federally because then that's the funding, and so then they get just brought into the big scheme of things. And if you probably, and I wouldn't be surprised if you heard stories about good ones going in and getting pushed out because I could see that. I mean, it's when things get corrupt, they'll only tolerate so much bucking of the system before they figure out a way to remove you. Yeah, I know, DC. I just don't, man. We used to take albums to school to play them. Man, we used to have fun, man. Do you remember shit? It's just like even kids. Hell, you'd grow up with a damn lab kit. The erector set and shit. You'd have a homemade lab with little beakers and shit. Be learning about mixing stuff and
What was
not
your
no
favorite?
more, man.
What was your favorite board game?
Well, actually, I liked Clue. And then as far as like the fun ones, Shoots and Ladders was fun. Monopoly used to do that one.
Oh
Kind of got
no,
into Monopoly for a little bit because I actually was into Dungeons and Dragons, and we would do the weekend thing, and so that kind of board stuff kind
hey,
of came in.
no
We used to
joke,
just have a big old stack of all kinds.
no joke. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit of a Dungeons and Dragons dork. Yeah, I got into that a little bit, but what are they? The Space Marines. Yeah, I was a bit of a dork with that. Yeah,
Wow.
the Space Marines. Yeah, I used to paint the little models and everything. Yeah, back in the day. That's
Back in
going
the
back.
day.
Back in the day, mate. Back in the day.
Man, you sound so old.
Nah, what do you mean? I'm only 50.
55, 57.
24. 24.
You're 54 years old? Damn.
No, I'm not 54. What are you talking about?
Holy shit. Can you believe that, Kiss Off? He's 54 years old.
I'm 17. What the fuck? I just grow a lot of hair. I was
Man,
reading
oh
those
man.
Dragons books.
I'll have a kid's little bandsaw, the Easy Bake Oven, little summer.
Savage Lee's got the right idea. Yeah,
Skip.
blackouts, mate. I used to love having blackouts with the children, mate. I'm always prepped. Candles for days.
Miss
I'm
Cheryl,
not
right away.
Yeah,
Now,
I
once I
love it.
kind of, once I went 17-ish right up in there, then believe it or not, dude, I really like dominoes and I like spades. Couldn't, man, during my locked up time, I really got hooked on dominoes.
You know what used to piss me off? I'm the only one in my family that likes chess.
Really?
Yeah. No, my missus doesn't know how to play it, and the children never wanted to play it. I'm like, do you want to learn? And they're like, nah.
Oh, that breeze feels good.
I need to go find a park where I can get someone to play chess with. My daughter has all of my D&D shit. Oh, Robert. Yeah, I used to love blackout. I tell you, we had here in Australia where we are, we had a blackout that lasted, it would have been a good 2 weeks one time. And so we just thought, it's only going to last like a day or two. We'll be all right, And so I just lit up all candles and everything, and played board games on the dining room table and everything. And everyone was like, "Oh yeah, this is fun. This is fun." And then my son's like, we had a little bored, and I went, "I got an idea." So I went out and got the generator out of the garage, right? Made sure it had gas in it. I got the gas for the mower, and I filled up the generator. I plugged in a projector, and I projected up the screen on the back, and we were all watching movies outside on a big screen.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and all my neighbours, they were like,
"Oh, back then,
how the hell have you got power and we don't?" Because I've got the generator firing up. We're watching movies on a big screen.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I got the power.
And then we plugged in the PlayStation and we were playing video games. It was funny. So, mate, you always got to have a backup plan. Everyone, be prepared for a blackout. Candles.
420.
Yeah.
We do he said we do LSD, shut off all the lights and throw pillows.
Dominoes. Oh, yeah. You always... Yeah. Traveling tip, you need a deck of Uno. You have to have Uno.
Uno, yeah.
You have to have Uno.
Gotta have the Uno.
You gotta have Uno, man. You got it.
Where am I at? Hey, I think I'm probably fixing to call it before the screen goes black because I'm at 13%.
All right, sweet as. All right, I'm gonna say my goodbye now. Kiss off. Love you. Okay, everybody else, I love you too. God bless you all. Thanks for having me up, Rescue. It's been an absolute pleasure. May you all have a blessed weekend. Week. And I'll see you next time. Started. I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry if I offended anybody with anything I said.
No, he's not.
Yes, I am. Everyone's got an opinion. But I love the crowd, and it's a very diverse crowd, and it's really good. And now I'm just starting to really ramble, so I'm going to leave and let Rescue close out his channel. Once again, I hope to see you all again. God bless. All right.
Later, bro. Appreciate you. Y'all be safe down there. Give her a hug for me.
I will, mate. Okay. I love you, Dad. Bye.
Later, buddy. All right, everybody. Yeah, I'm down to 12% now, so I think I'm going to call it. Appreciate hanging out with everybody. Hopefully, y'all will keep your week going. I might see you tomorrow. Just try to look for the good. Look for something to smile. Make it a good day. You're driving the bus. You get to decide. You really got more control than you realize. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Peace.
I ain't here tomorrow. If the good Lord says it's my time to go, I don't see that morning sunset. There's some things I need for you to know. The truck is yours if you want it. It'll run forever if you treat it right. When you think of me on some back road,
there by your side. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Don't let life turn you bitter. Don't be ashamed about your head. Take it easy on the liquor. Remember what it did to your granddad. Yeah, you're gonna get your heart broke, but a couple of tears don't make you weep. Gonna find that girl God made just for you. Knows what he's doing, wait and see. Chase your dreams until you catch on. Leave your doubts in a cloud of dust. You can't ever love too big. You can't call your mom too much. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Hope you don't forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow. Keep the shotgun in the family. Raise your babies by the book. And keep my picture in your wallet. Keep your car keys on a hook. Do your best to get it right. Forgive yourself when you don't. Please don't ever forget how much I love you. I ain't here tomorrow.
Hey, thanks everybody. Make it a good day. Peace.